All right, so we're recording this. This is sort of like an anniversary kind of thing. We're Knick-Knack Games, by the way. That game studio.
At least most of us are.
Yeah.
Yeah. 3 employees.
And the cat.
And the cat.
He's our mascot.
I haven't signed anything yet.
I guess technically not.
I'm the only one that signs things. So the plan today is to just play through Rad and give a little like developer commentary on it and a look back, and we'll answer questions if we get any
Should
questions.
we answer like our QA as well? Like the QA that we received
Yeah,
a
we
long
should
time?
do that QA that we did forever ago.
Did we make one?
Nope.
A long time ago.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a long
So,
time coming.
I can grab those later on. But if anyone is watching the stream, you can go to either the Discord or the Twitter and drop a question, and we will get to it and answer it.
Yeah.
Because that's what we do.
Here, I'm gonna boost our numbers and watch it on my phone too.
No, don't.
Is that
Because you're using your internet to watch it and taking away from the internet that we're streaming it
Yeah,
on.
we gotta drop some frames. We don't want to give people too big of an expectation here.
Oh no. Okay,
I wanna see
so
Grant streaming at 1080p and be like, wow, why is he not doing this all the time?
anyway, I'm Brant Howard. I'm the character artist and animator.
He's the brainchild.
I'm Rad's dad.
Brad's dad.
Rad's dad.
Brad's dad. I'm Uncle Paul.
Speak up, Paul.
I have an
I'm-
uncle named Paul, so you're not allowed to say that.
I can't? Wow, weird. I'm Paul. I'm the environment artist, and I think Brant's friend.
And me too.
He's looking at me, and I'm pretty sure it's a good sign. I made the pretty grass. Well, no, Brant made the grass. I made buildings.
You made the flat grass on the ground.
Yeah, I made the texture.
And the water too, right? Or did you
Yeah.
steal that too?
Don't associate me with that water shit. I can do better.
So I'm Lloyd. I do the short straw in the team, so I'm the programmer. So everything you see in the horizon is what I touch so far.
Yeah, the light, everything the light touches,
Everything the light touch.
Lloyd programmed.
Yeah. I'm Tyler. I am the sound and music and voice director guy, which you can tell because everything sucks.
Music man.
Yeah.
Some of it's really good.
I'm the one on the team that's not in this. That wasn't in the school. So I'm just doing this.
He's freelance.
Yeah.
He's a freelance.
Hit him up. He makes music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
So,
music, kill music.
Tyler, did you want to say something about the title screen?
Sure.
You said?
Yeah. So like, working on the music for the title screen kind of came before everything else. There's multiple reasons for that. The main one being that I'm trying to set up the tone for the world. Kind of just playing around with it and then passing it amongst the group and seeing like, is this the kind of thing you were looking for? Once I got the go ahead, then it was kind of like, it was the basis for working on everything else, for all the other music and sound design stuff. And the melody started with a little jingle that when you collect the MacGuffinites, it started as that little jingle, and I was like, I'm gonna make this into a full song, and then it ended up being the one that worked the best. So, yeah, that's this minute-long track that we've heard probably 6 million times.
Yeah.
But I do plan to take some of the melodies and motifs from this and expand upon them for cutscenes, for other themes, for all the other things that we plan to do in the rest of the game.
Yeah. So I'll talk a little bit about the title screen because I sort of... What would you say besides make it? Sure. I designed the UI for it. Lloyd programmed it.
Came up with the composition.
Yeah, composition, that's what I was looking for. So, like, we used a pretty similar thing. Like, I had concept for this title screen as far back as maybe, like, 2015, I think. Actually. For real. And we used the same sort of composition when we were working on a previous version of Rad. So, like, the whole, like, hands back sort of thing and looking out in the distance and on a cliff or whatever. Yeah. Anyone else? We changed the, What did these used to say before? One of these said Weenie Hut Jr. I think.
Yeah,
Salty
Salty
Splatoon and Weenie Hut Jr. for story mode and free play. That's what it was during the development phase of the game.
Why does the thing turn black every
Oh, so this isn't real time right now because we couldn't
it's a
get it to
recording.
work. Yeah, this is just a
This is the
recording.
thing.
So what it's doing, you can even see it when like it fades back in. Stuff is like loading in because the game is loading back in the video. So it's just like a short like 2-second clip that's just like repeating over and over again. So if you look at the wind turbines, they'll like glitch out a little bit. So it's just a video with UI on top of it. So not too many people noticed it, I think. You could also see like the wheel in the back at Rad's house like resets its position every time it loads in.
You can see like it bouncing around too.
Yeah, it bounces a little bit, so I think that's pretty funny. So I'm just gonna...
Yeah, another thing about this title screen is this tend to be where people spend the least amount of time.
Right.
So that's why the music can afford to be slow. That's a mention. The music can afford to be not slow, but repetitive because there's like 4 options here. You're not going to be spending a whole lot of time, and also why you said only a couple people noticed that. So that's my take on that anyway.
Should we close the door, by the way?
Yeah,
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Darn internal combustion engines.
But yeah.
Live outside. What of it? They have good internet there.
But yeah. Yo, it's Hawthorne from the Discord. What's up?
Oh yeah.
So, we decided to have 2 game modes. Like, obviously we wanted a story mode that, like, people could spend a bunch of time in and play. But we also wanted the free play mainly for expos, because, you know, if you have people at expos play through the story mode, then you gotta, like, unlock everything. Where in free play, everything is unlocked from the start, so you could just go wild, and
Yeah,
it's
we did have
great.
a command for that we would use until you finally made the expo mode.
Yeah, so,
Just a shortcut.
yeah,
Shortcut's
expo mode is
still
not
in
free
there.
play. It is, it's like,
Control 4 gives you everything.
yeah, so,
Secret
I'm
cheat
gonna...
code number 1. Control 4s unlock everything.
So I'm just gonna start. These load screens were
That should help the
really
speed
funny.
run.
Have you met Derek? Oh yeah,
Oh,
Derek.
man.
He's
Secret
down.
shout
He's down.
out.
Derek's down the road a little bit. He made the
Mailbox.
mailbox. But yeah, this was the first cutscene that I made. And
we learned that
it
we were
was
doing it completely wrong.
yeah. It's like one of the first times I used sequencer.
There's our friend Casey.
What was that, buddy?
Doing a sick Kid
Wait
Trunks
up.
impression.
Yeah.
Like, when I heard her lines for Stanley for the first time, I was like, dude, that's Kid Trunks.
Yeah.
Also, this is totally inspired by Kingdom Hearts.
You
Just
know,
to
I
let you
had
know.
music. I wrote music for this scene here, and it just didn't make it. Probably because of all the crunch we had.
Yeah.
So it was like literally like
I
the
don't-
last couple of days.
I don't remember you ever making that. Do you still have it?
It's on the drive.
Is it?
Cool. Let's
Yeah.
I-
let's
I'll-
that explains why it's
I'll
not
go-
in the game, I
Yeah,
guess.
I don't remember at all that being a
But,
thing.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
one of the
that-
my major issues. Like my major regrets was not being more involved with the implementation, which I am now learning how to do that.
Yeah.
Just so I can actually put stuff in myself, so I'm not just an asset cannon.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I wanted us to help you with, was get you like set up on the repository so you can actually
Home
like get in
sweet
here
home.
and work on stuff.
Don't we have a limit to how many people can?
I think it's 4.
Okay.
Yeah, we have it now. We all have 3. Like the limit
Okay.
is
Unless
3.
we have to start paying for it.
Yeah.
Fun fact, this
Home
used to break
sweet
the
home.
game if you would talk to
Yeah.
the door on the side.
Yeah. Because
No
Sweet
nav
home.
mesh.
because there's no nav map, and then
Yeah.
that just stuck.
This.
So, but yeah, this is the mailbox that our friend Derek made.
So
By the way,
Derek,
we're not having him walk to place anymore.
Yeah.
It's floating.
And whenever he talks to
Howdy
someone, he's
ho,
gonna
right
snap
here.
there,
This
and
is-
the camera
where's
angle's
that
gonna change,
Yeah.
so it doesn't look weird.
so funny story. The mailbox almost like break Rad completely because Derek or somebody that don't know like how to import it and just drag like the entire folder
Yeah.
into the game.
There's a process for importing pre-made assets into Unreal, and we did not know it at the time.
Yeah,
Also, a little foreshadowing here.
it caught
Rad
two.
wears socks in the next
It's
version.
foreshadowing because he only has 4 fingers.
No, there's 4
You know, that is kind of weird, because in this version, Red has 5 fingers, and he's got gloves with 4 fingers.
Well, they're just different gloves.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
the magic just fills whatever he puts on his hand. I still want Rad to like use random objects as hands sometimes.
He could use sock puppet.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
So you
that's
could-
hilarious.
That'll be a glove costume. It's just 2 socks.
By the way, I was
I'm all
really
for
proud
that.
of those sequels when I made those. By the way, hey Jake.
I guess someone said that.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of my spawning system. It's
Yeah.
like a jumbo mess.
Yeah.
What, for spawning? Like,
Yeah,
with
spawning like
effects
a
and
coin and then like store them. It's like a bunch of mess, but it worked.
stuff? Also, here's one of my favorite voice lines in the
Can
game.
you help me find my game board pieces?
Sure.
So now everyone, it's game board pieces now.
Yeah, I think you had it written that way, and she
Yeah.
asked me when we were recording. She asked me, "Is like, is this right?" I'm like, "Just read what's there."
Let's do it.
We should
You
have.
should have been like, no, it's not right. Like, correct my mistake.
Yeah, or I should have recorded both and just went with whatever
Yeah,
we decided
that
later.
would have worked.
But we learn as we go.
Yeah.
Where do we
I
go
still
to?
love the sound I made for this.
Oh,
this scene
that's
here.
Tyler Baldwin programming. Did you know Tyler Baldwin is one of our team?
Oh yeah, we should probably mention him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tyler Baldwin is the other programmer on our team. He's been out on sick leave for a
Yeah.
while.
He's
so-
been dying.
He's a rare Pokemon.
Hey, Ducker.
Yeah.
He'll show up every
Greetings,
now and again.
Radwell.
Mhm.
I would like to show
looking
you
for a
I've
drink and I'm
discovered a
reaching
way
everywhere.
to
Yeah, everyone.
MacGuffinites copyright.
I never got rid of that,
I'm
did
going
I?
to power up the
We
Puppetron
still gotta find an
37
actual
trillion.
voice actor for most of these characters, because like this was me playing the Doctor the night before you said that everything was due, or the night of, and it was like 6 in the morning. I had been up all night working on different stuff, and I was like, I don't have anybody for the Doctor, so I'm gonna have to do this myself.
Starring role.
I was so exhausted,
So-
so like there's like no energy in his voice, and I still like it's like hard to listen to.
We could have
Also-
had no voice acting, and it still would have been.
Yeah.
Also,
podcast.
real quick, the Poppatron's 37 trillion. That is a reference to the whip snake.
37 trillion.
37. Or no, it's the flex.
Arch,
The flex.
Archwood Flex Track 37
Trillion Whip Snake Edition. Whip Snake.
Is
That's
it supposed
what
to
that's a reference to.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Also, want to say
I'm-
can't wait for the audition.
Yeah.
Me too.
But yeah, so I was actually really proud of this cutscene because animating that was really fun and making the. Oh, we got the follower. I'm like, where's the ice cold water coming from?
Like that's not in the sound effect.
Yeah. So
I didn't add that.
yeah, that particle was a lot of fun, but looking back on it now, like a lot of the particles.
Hey, one
and stuff
more!
are rough. Oh, we got another one.
Thanks, guys.
Hardcore. What?
No, I thought I saw someone.
Oh, okay.
How did you get
Yeah.
the popcorn to stop falling through the? Never mind.
I think I know what's going on is when the thing disappears.
Spook.
Like maybe when move the camera forward so the bottom of it's not visible anymore. And
Oh.
then push it out. Oh.
I don't know. It's weird. I should have just had them freeze.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the particles are still a little
Pizza
rough.
time.
Pizza time.
Pizza time.
Yeah. So Paul, why don't you?
Huh? Oh, I'm here.
He's in the kitchen.
I'm in the kitchen.
Are you doing anything, or do you want to talk a little bit
No, I wasn't doing anything.
about like
Like all times I go in the kitchen, I forgot as soon as I got there
Yeah.
what I intended to do.
Yeah, so a lot of the game actually changed as we were like working on it, even like further updates. Like you used to not be able to duck. Hello. So yeah, crouch.
there.
So these boxes were placed there so that you had to crouch.
Say it's a poor choice of words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we put them there. we put those boxes there because we wanted a reason to put in a crouch.
Take that.
So, you know,
This is that little jingle that Tyler mentioned earlier, by the way, for collecting MacGuffinite. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Just
A lot
yeah.
of my level design was just throwing ideas on the map and seeing where they would fit.
Yeah.
Because like I thought like a shipping container maze sounded like a cool idea, but if I was to do that again, it would be a lot bigger and taller. So it'd be more like a mountain of shipping crates and like vertical maze elements to it.
Yeah.
Like I would
First infamous game.
Yeah. Exactly.
By the way, this sunburst design here was I actually like made that for someone for some graphic design stuff, but they just like never ended up using it.
Oh, they
So I just had it for like 3 or 4 years and it wasn't doing anything. I'm like, well, might as well use it.
The devs tell all. Yeah, those cones have physics on them.
Yeah,
The devs tell all.
a lot of stuff. Okay, so there's one thing that I noticed. Why is that purple right there?
You know?
I think it's.
oil
I
spill.
want to say it's the like.
No.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
I want to. I want to say it's the reflection of
it's some kind of global
the red
illumination
there.
thing.
But yeah, it's just. I noticed that recently, and I'm like, it's just purple.
No, me and,
like,
me
right
and the
there.
reflection capture cubes and spheres in this game don't agree with each other very well.
Yeah.
It's really, really weird to do it. I think the way we lit this level is like completely wrong.
Yeah, a lot of stuff we did was completely wrong, but we learned a lot.
Yeah.
So
We did.
We learned that it's probably best to just have everything in real time. Who
honestly,
needs the big lighting?
Yeah, cry engine all the
If all
way.
you have is a directional light and a skylight, you don't need a big lighting. That's
yeah.
yeah.
I learned not to use rice in a wooden bowl for sand sound.
Oh. Why did it end up sounding like rice in a wooden bowl?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh wow. If only we had a wooden bowl full of rice. We could have used that as the sound effect when you hit it.
Well, it worked for dirt.
Oh, that works.
Also, I have something to say. The NPCs suck.
This is at a time
So,
in Brant's life when
this-
he decided he would never model a nose, and this is the
So
result.
okay, so you know that one time in class when everyone was like, give them a nose, right? And I went into Max and I pulled the nose out, but I forgot to export the model.
Oh.
So it just never got fixed. Like, it's fixed in the 3ds Max file, but it's not fixed in Engine.
Oh, the reason why the NPC look very scary because they look like Pro Jared, FYI.
Oh. Let's not bring that up.
Don't kill me, I have a family.
I mean,
Also, this is the first NPC that was made and implemented in the game, by the way.
I like to stand in the middle of the road.
And that was the first piece of dialogue made.
I'm just lucky.
Fun fact. I'm pretty sure that was.
behind the music, VH1. That's us, except it's behind the video game.
Well, I am here too.
Okay, yes, it's also behind the music. It's also behind the environment design.
Yeah.
Look at that little hint there.
Yeah,
Who knows
lower
if
that.
Floydland will come back.
So,
into
yeah,
play
by the
later.
way,
Takes large
Please
sip.
don't sue us.
yeah, so if anyone doesn't know, Lloydland was a previous project that me and Lloyd, at least, worked on for our level design class,
He
and
should
it was...
stand in the dumpster. Now he's where he belongs.
Yeah, this is where we belong. Old design is
Man,
dumpster.
I'm still...
Go find the
trash
Crazy
bag is
Cruisers
pretty good.
logo.
Oh, okay. Well, I want to talk about Lloydland real quick, because Lloydland was another project that we worked on, and actually, Brady here
Lloydland.
talks a little
I
bit
heard
about
the
it.
owner got sued after a guest got trapped on one of the rides. The owner had an army of giant.
Yeah, if you don't know, Brady
he was
is
stopped because the
the-
guests
Yeah,
were
turn that
like,
off, please.
Brady is the co-star of most of Nitro Rad's videos.
Yeah,
If you didn't know,
including
Nitro Rad is the voice of Rad in this demo. He was very enthusiastic, very helpful.
Yeah.
He's a cool dude.
Do you know that they are Canadian and I went to Canada like last week?
Yeah. By the way, this is my bathroom.
It
Hello,
is your
Brandon.
bathroom.
All the curtains for their bathroom.
Well, it's a toilet store. So
Yeah.
why would
Oh.
you need curtains?
'Cause of-
It's
yeah, it's
like
a
they're trying to
toilet
advertise.
Man, there's a lot of like details in these cube maps that you just like can't see a lot of. Also because there's like a 90-degree angle there. So the toilets are just
You're
cut
not
off.
meant to really see what's going on in there. It's meant to just kind of.
Also, there's a snake in the toilet.
Oh yeah.
What was his name again?
Um,
We named him.
Nick.
I don't
I
remember.
can't remember Johnny.
I think it was Johnny. Yeah.
Johnny or Lou maybe.
Yeah, he was actually gonna he was gonna play a bigger role in the Capstone demo, but we just decided to.
We
cut
wanted
him
you to be able to go into Rad's house and then go into the bathroom and talk to the toilet. And
Yeah.
Rad would think that the toilet was talking to him, but it was actually the snake that lived in the
Yeah.
toilet.
Also, some more foreshadowing here. Also, the only lines in Rad that didn't get a voice line
Because we did it.
because they were
after all
added
this.
later. Also, there's a Keyblade.
Brant modeled that.
I modeled that Keyblade in like 2014, I think. Or
Why did you put the
15.
new one that you modeled? Oh, Rad's new model's in there window too.
Yeah, it's the
It's a
golden.
gold statue.
I think. What do you
Did
say?
you find the mountain pass? It's just
No, I
down the
didn't.
street to the right.
Thank you, James.
Pack.
Watch your language.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of these.
Oh, touch that piece of time.
What, pizza time? Oh yeah, these guys.
They
Pizza
do that
time.
similar effect in Overwatch.
Oh.
On King's Row, there's like a room you can look in
Oh,
that's
yeah.
like that, but then you can also walk in there, so it's like redundant.
Oh. Okay.
It looks completely different too from
Yeah.
what.
Oh.
They do it in Spider-Man as well. Also, there's a guy in a bathtub.
Yeah, Spider-Man's already got the. Spider-Man was our big inspiration for the Windows. That and Hat in Time did something like that.
Parallax.
Yeah.
Mapping,
Yeah,
It's called Bump Offset, I think, or maybe like a
something.
specific like cube map version of it.
yeah,
Oh,
fun.
look in that dark. Look in there real quick. See if you
Here?
can.
I think that's
The
just
reflection's
reflection.
too bright.
Oh no, I can like barely see it.
If only we had the first-person camera.
But yeah, the fun fact about the cube maps, that's supposed to be lava. All of there's like eyes in there.
Yeah, it's a bunch of rad eyes.
Yeah. So these cube maps that are inside the buildings are actual like rooms built in another room or another level that
We
you
took
just
a bunch of pictures and
yeah.
stitched them together.
So it has this blueprint that's like 6 cameras all strapped together, and we take 6 screenshots at the same time, and we put that in a texture map, and that's how we get these cube maps when we layer them properly.
One of those dark
Also,
ones is
yeah,
funny.
Crazy Cruisers.
Wait, are you guys gonna have some outbound secret?
I can get out of bounds eventually, but I don't have the project. Oh wait, do you have the project down here?
I haven't opened it in a while.
Oh, it'll probably like take forever to
It's
open.
gonna take like 2 years to compile shaders.
I should like find the other MacGuffinite, which is technically the first one you should get.
Yeah.
Also, I love how like eventually we just put like a bunch of boxes and stuff there so that we can
Remember
fill up that
when
space.
we were just starting the project and you said that one of your teachers told you if you make a crate or a barrel, it means you're out of ideas.
That was a very long time ago, Tyler.
yeah, and then
times are different.
long enough for you to forget, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, that's literally the first prop for New Rad that Brand made is 5 or 6 different crates. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
and
we're
they look
already out of
good,
ideas.
so get out of
Man,
here.
remember when Brent say, "No crate!"
Also, this one fire hydrant is like 2 times bigger than the other fire hydrants, and I don't know why. It just
for big
is.
fires.
It's for the big fires.
Yeah.
Paul, you want to talk about the design of like the buildings in the town?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't seem like a traditional like beach town. Like when I think beach town, this isn't quite what I think, but it kind of reminds me of like some Michigan towns.
Oh crap.
Yeah, there was a specific town, I forget what it was, that, someone brought it up in Capstone, and I like the idea of it. It's known for, like, a lot of... I gotta look it up real quick. It's known for, like, a lot of buildings like this, where they're, like, all painted different colors, but they were, like, a little wilder. Like, there'd be, like, a blue building, and a green one, and a yellow, and then a red one, then, like, purple, and, like, it would cover the whole... No. Quincy West Town. That was Jenny that was silently talking. Say hi, Jenny.
Hi.
Ray says
Jenny's my
it's
wife.
kinda
I'm
like,
taken. Oh,
Ray says it reminds her kind of a little bit of like Charleston.
that's the one. That's the place. And we did actually have. I did have all the. Yeah. I think you were the one that suggested the town. I looked it up and I liked it.
Probably.
Yeah.
By the way,
Oh yeah, look at those shaders.
Stanley's dad did get in the game, by the way,
Just a little bit, yeah.
for stand-up comics there.
Yeah.
Are we gonna have Brady play him?
Yes, I think so.
He ended up playing the mailbox.
Yeah.
PCs.
But yeah, these shaders are fun. We'll get a better look at those later. But those were a lot of fun
Is that
to make.
Knuckles
What Knuckles?
on the bottom?
No, the bottom right.
That's
Oh,
a
I-
Doom
No, it's
Runner.
like a Doom.
Oh,
Kinda,
I
yeah,
thought it was-
we'll look at them later.
Um.
I'm bad at those.
But yeah,
Where am I
the
going?
buildings
Oh, yeah.
in Charleston. I actually did have the buildings a similar color scheme with just like random rainbow colors everywhere, but it felt a little busy. So we kind of just stuck with the purple because that is kind of Rad's color scheme, or at least part of it. And then the reds because red brick just always looks good.
You guys know those big Nerf dart things? Like they're like the missile ones.
Oh yeah,
Like
Yeah.
the ones
large
are like
enough,
foam tubes.
like you can wear it like a finger hat.
Yeah.
That's what that sound effect was me pulling my finger out of it going.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I never would have thought of
Yeah.
that. That's crazy.
I
Just
think
have
I
the-
pitched it down a little bit though.
Sound design is nuts.
Toontown.
You gotta use what you have.
Yeah, man, animating
That's Foley, isn't it?
animating this
when,
was fun.
when you make
Yeah.
sounds out of other things.
Sometimes layering it and editing it is also just known as sound design. So like designing sounds. Sometimes you're using existing sounds. Sometimes you're synthesizing things. Sometimes you're layering things.
So let's talk about the challenge levels real quick.
So,
this, my first challenge level. I created this, my baby.
Yeah.
I steal this from Mario Galaxy.
So
It's such a good element.
So how the challenge levels were born was we went into Capstone class one time and everyone's like, there's nothing to do, there's no gameplay, so it's like, crap, we gotta make a gameplay loop. So we created the challenge levels, which you get abilities from, and then you go into the level and you use the abilities, you get good at them, and then you use them in the next challenge level. Also, this portal's neat.
So like at first we only had like one challenge level, but then I was like, screw it. Anyone want to make 5 challenge level?
Yeah.
Good time.
So, yeah,
go ahead.
So we were gonna have the bell tower be a challenge level, and that would be the only one we had planned. And then we were like, well, we don't know how to like save your progress in the hub and then have it come back when you come back to this level. And we were told for Capstone, don't learn stuff for the Capstone project. Use what you know, because taking the time to learn it could just taking away time that you could be working on it. So we're like, okay, we're not gonna worry about it. So we scrapped the one challenge level we have, and our teacher's like, yeah, we need a gameplay loop. So we added 5 more instead of just the one. And then Lloyd figured it out somehow.
Well, technically, one of those 5 was made after the fact.
Oh, yeah,
So.
that's a secret.
Also, cliche Waterfall Secret.
Oh yeah, you got rid of the line where he talks about his cat.
Oh, okay, so almost every NPC in this game has a line that they say before you talk to the Doctor in the beginning.
Oh.
So, like, unless you know that, then you can... Yeah, this guy talks about his cat, someone else talks about other stuff. Like, pretty much everyone has something else to say within the first 5 minutes of the game. But you wouldn't know that unless you talk to people before talking to the Doctor.
Oh, I guess other games are like that too.
Yeah.
So.
Was this important, or is this just like filler? Because like I thought this was important for a while.
No, it was just like I needed him to say something like weird, and there was pop-up there.
We could have had like the other guy need a soda, and then
Oh no!
he would give you the soda.
No, can you talk to him again? I want to see his dialogue, real quick.
Hey, how did you get up here?
Okay, so no, this was a joke because I wanted to have can of pop in dialogue because not everyone says pop.
I think most people
was
around
the-
here
Oh,
say
you
pop.
wanted
I'm just a weirdo.
Yeah, a lot of people
Don't sit
say
here,
pop.
you.
Oh, find my dog. Find my
Yeah,
dog.
exactly. It's soda.
Tyler, put the
Rachel's from Charleston.
Tyler, put the camera in the water tower. Put the camera in the water tower.
Isn't it?
Rotate the camera so it's in the water tower. Get up on one of the platforms so you can see into the. No, on the ones to the left, not that one.
So that
Let me
chimney
back,
there.
yeah, on those chimneys,
I am very smart.
and then camera into the water tower. There you go. That's my dog, everyone. He made it on the street.
We did the game dev thing where you hide a picture in the wall.
Yeah.
We're gonna overdo it though. There's gonna be one wall and you're gonna look at it and there's gonna be like 2 million pictures.
Oh no.
Okay, so since I'm playing it now, I got the controls. I think I'll talk a little bit about sound. One of the first things that we did, because like I was like not looking forward to having to go to the beach. These guys called me up one summer and they're like, "We're going to the beach." So I think it was Tyler Baldwin's roommate.
Yeah.
What was his name again? We gotta credit him. We gotta thank him.
He is in the credits.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he drove us out. I don't know who knew where this spot was. It was like the most secluded, as secluded as it gets. We're going to Lake Michigan, but we drove, which is probably like 50 miles, I think, out.
We went to Saugatuck, I think.
Yeah, it was like this kind of like national park or.
Yeah,
state
it was
park.
the Saugatuck Mansion, is what it was.
Yeah.
And you park at the mansion, and then it's like a 5 to 10 minute hike out to the beach or something like that.
This is the stream sound, so this is out behind my sister's house. But like the ocean part was like Michigan, the waves. So we had to get as secluded as we could because there was kids and Beach Bros with their boombox.
Just remove the kids.
So like we're like halfway between a group of kids and these dudes, college dudes, and we got as good as we could. You know, we stood there in silence for like 5 minutes, just at the edge of the water, and then about like 20 feet up from the water. And I ended up having to edit out a boat sound, which wasn't too hard because it was just this bloat, and just use a high pass filter, which filters out the low end stuff. It's the high stuff pass through. And then the stream, as I said, was an actual stream behind my sister's house. There's like some woods. Yeah, I'm not sure how you implemented this. If it's like just a radius
For the
because it's a long stream of sound source.
I think we have like multiple of them
Yeah.
going down the river, but they're spread out enough where you can't hear two overlapping each other.
there's
I don't know
probably
if
a
it's
way
the
to
best
have
way
like
to
a
do it.
volume of.
Well, we could have done it the
Stuff like
same
that?
way with the music.
Yeah, the music's a little tricky with how we did it.
Yeah, it still breaks.
Yeah,
Like,
because
it's still broken a
this
little
is they call it diegetic sound. It exists in the world, or is it non-diegetic? Yeah, diegetic.
bit. Yeah, diegetic.
Digestion.
So this was I had to give it some thought, but I figured out like if you find like a waterfall in in the real world, you can typically hear the lower end further away because lower frequencies travel further. So as you get closer, you can hear the higher pitch sound. Hear that shh coming the camera closer, it gets even louder. So like I drew a map for these guys. I would have done it myself, but I didn't know how to use Unreal at the time. Attenuation spheres. So like the larger sphere that's on the outer side, that you can hear from further away is the lower sound of the waterfall, and as you get closer, you can start to hear the higher one. So it kind of creates the same sound that you might hear in real life. That was my best guess anyway of how
Yeah, that's
it would
pretty
sound,
much
because I don't spend a whole lot of time around real live waterfalls, but I think it worked out.
It sounds like a waterfall.
Yeah.
It's just white noise passing through different filters. Like I didn't actually go out and record a waterfall because we don't live near any.
Yeah.
But yeah, we wanted it to have that realistic sound
We
anyway.
never did go to that water park.
We need to go to that water park. Yeah, we were gonna go to a water park, and then our professor's like, "Hey guys, we're going to E3," and I'm like, "Ah, shoot!
Oh darn!
I wanted to go to Great Wolf Lodge."
Now I have to go to California.
Yeah,
diddle.
we went right from LA back home to Michigan, and then like the next day we went out to Pennsylvania for our planned camping trip.
Oh,
So it's like we were just
yeah, I
out of the
remember
country
that.
in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I remember telling us about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were planning to go to Great Wolf Lodge. I think were we gonna do that for your birthday, Lloyd, or was that Craig's Cruisers? I don't remember.
No, I don't think it was for my birthday.
Someday we want to take you to like Craig's Cruisers for your birthday.
Yeah, Kevin.
Wow,
Oh no.
you look like you found your speed.
Oh my god.
So why is speed relevant to this?
It's not. It's just because.
it was going to be at first,
bricks.
but we ran out of something.
What's this guy's name again?
We kind of ran out of.
Sebastian.
Yeah, Sebastian.
Yeah, that's
The
that's
mission's
his
called
name,
Sebastian's Brickdemic because we are the most uncreative group of boys in the world.
Yeah. This like quest just eventually turned into a joke, which is why there's like a billion bricks around him, and then he's
Yeah.
like, "Go get more bricks."
And, well, I know where the bricks are, so I'm just gonna go get them. But like, I thought it was a little bit challenging, because especially since I was up here earlier, and there is no like
No.
special effect for
Yeah.
this. So it's like you can walk right past it and not even notice it.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then like you get this, and that shows up for 2 seconds, and then goes away, and you never see it again.
Yeah.
So we.
It's like not even in your.
Level design, everybody.
Yeah. I wanted to have more. I wanted to have the UI show more, and like I had really good UI in the previous
bricks, all right.
version of Rad, but like I just
can
lost
finally
all
build
of
that
that
wall.
skill with that when we came into Capstone.
Why is this
So-
relevant nowadays?
A bit of wall.
I really hope that
because he's
wasn't what that
Canadian.
joke was.
Because he's Canadian.
Maybe.
He wants his own wall.
Also, the MacGuffinites still look good in this game.
See, I
And
wanted
they
to
look better
elevate on
now.
that and have him like when you come out of the challenge level, he has like a brick wall
Yeah.
around him to kind of top off the joke.
But no one wanted to model a brick wall.
No. If only I had a brick texture.
We
and,
could
like,
have
a
just.
building piece
You
to
could
do.
have just built it out of the bricks because
Yeah.
we had like singular
I
bricks.
could have, but I didn't.
You could have. But why?
But why?
So every so often you'll hear the bell. You guys want it to be like every like 2 minutes.
Yeah,
And
I
I was
think
like,
we
no,
want
it needs
that.
to be like every like 5 minutes.
I didn't want that.
I think originally I wanted it to be every 2 minutes because I tested it at like 5 or whatever. I'm like, well, that's not enough time to hear it ring multiple times. But then again, I can beat the game in like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'm like sprinting through the game and I hear it maybe once every
Right.
time I go through the game. So eventually when we did have it like spread out a lot longer.
Yeah, and
it feels
similarly,
better.
like the music, this is kind of mitigated a little bit. The way it's designed is having it. If you didn't notice, well, it's hard to notice because we're like talking and then it's turned down.
The timer showed up.
I think it only does it the first time though.
Oh, it's your friend.
Phil's here.
Dang it, Phil.
Phil, you make me angry, Phil.
So,
Oh,
We're
stop.
live streaming.
Hey, Phil.
We're live streaming and recording, so yeah.
I'm like,
There's pizza over here. JoJo's wouldn't pick up the phone or something.
Yeah.
So we got
Also, Congo Cargo is.
No!
Oh man, Congo Cargo is a
Because I
Crash
hit the
Bandicoot
switch.
reference. At least the crate logo. But yeah, so speaking of that MacGuffinite that he just missed, like for some reason sometimes the UI just doesn't want to show up. But and then the camera only plays like the first time you see it. So I don't know. We just never got around to like really fixing it.
Oh, you can just like go
Yeah, you
on
turn on the
the
fan.
Yeah, turn on the. You gotta turn on the fan.
Also,
Yeah,
there's a
that's why I
seagull
failed.
up there that's just floating because he's not attached to the blueprint.
so
The seagulls are really wonky, but they were
just
really
chilling.
impressive when I made them.
we have like 2 seagull sound effects. Cause like I was literally, there's that day that I stayed up all night that I was saying, and I like went over to where I had to drop a friend off one time for work.
Okay.
And there was always seagulls over there in the parking lot by that little man-made reservoir. And so I just threw some popcorn that I got at the machine at the mall where I also got the machine. It was like an RPG quest that day. It was like I gotta get the popcorn from the machine that I got the recording for the popcorn machine, but then I used the popcorn to get the seagull sound. It was kind of fun. Except I was like dead tired.
Yeah,
But okay, so what I was saying before the other guy showed up, and we got distracted. The sounds. It's not your fault, don't worry. The sounds that we have for. I don't think I can reach that right now.
nah, you need double jump.
Or the sounds, the music, like as we're out on the pier here, whatever this is called, the shipyard. It's
Oh, we got.
Woo!
That's not the sound that
The
makes
Curry
it
of
sound.
Legend.
yeah. So like you heard the piano just came in right there as I walked back out towards the town. But if I go over here, it fades out, and you just hear the bass and the ukulele. As I was saying before, we were talking about how sounds can get annoying if they're too repetitive. So if you spend half an hour in this town that has like a 2-minute loop song, you're gonna hear it a bunch of times. So like again, one of the ways to mitigate that besides making a longer piece of music, which I could have done, but I'll get into that in a minute. They like having it spread out, having the it change kind of makes it a little bit less annoying. I hope. I mean, if people don't like it, that no one has told me yet, which I prefer if they just told me. That's me too. That's my voice.
The explosion sound was just me going into the mic.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I needed like an explosion sound. Like,
Yeah.
not even an explosion.
So yeah, having like different layers as they come in and out, depending on where you are or what you're doing. Let's say we had combat, which we don't really have a lot of combat. Like more percussion would come in or something, and like I actually have a whole other track that was written for underwater, but we never used it. So it's still there in the file. It's not unused.
You also have another track for night.
Yeah,
that went unused.
Oh yeah. That whole I was like asking if you guys wanted a transition music, like when the sun goes down, or if it's gonna be like, okay, you've gone into the challenge world twice now. You come back out and it's like evening.
That would have been something.
By the way, we will talk about the day-night cycle later.
It's the one that never was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, see that UI never came up.
Huh.
UI is broken.
Yeah. For
But-
some reason, at least to me, looking from an outside perspective, UI might be the hardest thing to do properly in Unreal, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
It just seems like it's got a completely different set of hurdles.
Like we call toggle menu is very a hassle.
I think that was it.
You got it.
So you can't even tell.
Oh yeah, we have a sound effect for it, but it's played over here.
Yeah.
That's why you can't hear it.
Yeah.
So if you made that non-diegetic, then like
Right,
if
also look
it
those-
plays like the music and not like a sound effect in the world,
Yeah.
then we would you would know for certain.
Yeah, there is a difference. There's like play sound at location and play sound 2D. And play sound 2D is just over everything, where at location you need to pick a spot. So even if I did have a play sound at location, the default would have been 0, 0, 0. So unless you were in the middle of the map, you wouldn't have heard it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wherever 0 happens to be, which apparently is like under one of the buildings. Because remember people would have the glitch where they would just like get teleported under the ground and the camera would be stuck. I don't know why. We never figured that out.
Hey,
Oh,
Rad.
not yet.
When
That's
you
my
can
friend
double
Sam.
jump, I can use your help.
Oh yeah, Sam.
Hey, Rad.
Double jump.
When you can double jump, I can use your help.
Tyler, don't
So-
you have those headphones? The red ones?
I did like in high school.
Yeah, I think that's what I based that off of.
Yeah, like an old picture of me or something. But those are like, oh yeah. So what was he saying? He said when you can double jump. You had it written as when you can jump twice, I could use your help.
Oh!
And I'm like,
okay, get out of here.
Listen
yeah, like that was the thing. Because you know players are pretty smart, but sometimes like they go by what you say and not what you mean. So like I just told Sam, I was just like, does it say double jump? Or maybe I think it was actually him that brought it up.
Real
Just
quick.
like, this is stupid.
Can you go back to that Brady that you just looked at and then walked away and talked to him real quick? The one to the right here. Yeah, right here. Talk to him real quick.
There's a smelter just outside of town. You can see the smoke from the center of
So,
town. I knew a guy who worked there. Said they smelled magnets.
I tried to work out
Who
him
knows?
saying the same word in
Yeah.
like one
So,
line.
I
but
was-
didn't have time.
I was talking to Brady about this after we were done, and he's like, when I was looking at the lines before I recorded them, I kept thinking to myself, what the heck is a smelter and why are they smelling magnets? And he's like, and then it hit me, like, smelting metals, and I'm like, yeah, what? Okay, thanks, Brady. Damn, this park was added, like, really late into
We had an
development.
empty space and didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah, there was just nothing there. Also that.
I love this.
Oh,
Perfect.
Brand Helsing.
Oh.
More like Brant Helsing.
You get out of here.
That was good timing.
Yeah, the
It's
park
funny
was a lot of
because
fun.
it's Brant.
Physics.
Yeah, those swings took way too long to figure out.
Yeah,
so,
physics, anything that swings like a rope is weird and Unreal too.
yeah, I don't even remember how I did it.
It's a nice grass gradient, but it doesn't flow well with the
Yeah.
foliage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird. The way that it picks the textures, it's like a vertex painted thing. And that typically only works if you have a lot more polygons for it to actually have vertexes to mask it on. And those pieces didn't.
So weren't these lamps my idea with it being the bells?
Yeah, you suggested lamps that had bells on them. So the bell is implemented into the base, and then also the two lights are supposed to look like bells.
Can I suggest making the stripes wider instead of frequent? Because it looks like Tim Burton.
That's what I was thinking.
A little
too.
bit, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, by the way, no one has, like, ever asked why
They're
the
gonna
city is
check.
named Vistabel and why it has a bell tower instead of a lighthouse. So we were originally going to have a character that
But
was
nobody
supposed
asked.
to
Why are
be
you
a
telling
sailor.
me? I'm just-
Because I'm bringing it up now.
behind the scenes, behind
Yeah,
music.
so we were going to have a character
video.
that was a an old sailor, and he was going to be a turtle because he's old. So he was going to be blind. So instead of having a lighthouse, the citizens built a bell tower so he could hear his way back to town
I'm good at video
instead of
games.
seeing the lights. So that's sort of what that idea stemmed from. We're still gonna make him into a character. We were actually going to make the the fountain in the middle of the town was going to be a statue of that sailor, but since we cut the character, we just decided to change it into a fountain, and then we reused the fountain for the challenge levels anyway. So. Since when is there fire going down the sides of those? I never noticed that.
On the side.
Yeah, there's like tikis shooting fire right there.
Oh.
See those? I've never seen those
I don't
before.
remember doing that. I probably did it when I was trying to decorate.
Yeah.
Also, it's really weird finding a lighting setup that works with like a dark thing like this.
Yeah. Originally, what I wanted to have for the challenge levels is I wanted them to take place in, like, the only way I can put it is, like, a magic sewer. So it would have been, like, a tunnel with, like, magic flowing underneath it, so it would look like water. Yeah, so it's in the well. So it would look like you're going through this really big, like, water sort of way or something. I don't know why we didn't just stick with it. I think it was just too much of a hassle to figure out the geometry for it.
Either, so.
Yeah. So I think eventually I like made this star particle and I'm like, oh, the space just looks cool. And if you do look at the stars and you're moving around, it does look really cool out there. But we are gonna sort of bring back the tunnel idea for the next version of Rad.
Oh!
Because we want to bring back challenge levels, but in like a more practical way. So we're gonna have them actually be like races. We have to race a MacGuffin Knight to grab it, and I think that'll be fun.
Sonic Heroes?
Yeah, that but good.
Yeah, better.
Also, I was really proud of the timers, and Paul helped me figure that out with
the timing,
getting the timing to work.
With that was really weird. There's like a weird setup that you had to have, so like it. I can't remember how I did it. If I was to look at it, I would remember. I think I had to like. There's like programming to tell it how long the timer's gonna be, and then like I had to have it take 5 seconds off of that, and then use that to play a different sound. It was really weird, but it ended up sounding really good.
There's no indication. Like, lighting would
Yeah.
help here. 'Cause
Okay,
if it was like up
there are like 2 or 3 lights in that area that just aren't lighting anything.
They might actually be under, like, inside the geometry, so that the light's just not actually showing up.
Because I know for certain I placed at least 5 lights in that spot within the 4 months we worked on this, and none of them work.
So this sound is, as I was saying about sound design, and sometimes it's a combination, it's layers and stuff. This is actually like, I think it's not even pitched down or pitched up or anything. There's a belt on a machine at my work that I recorded for that kind of sound. I thought it sounded like it was spinning, so it kind of worked. And then like each of those 4 things that spins is making like a little stone sound, I think. It was supposed to be like in time, but it was kind of hard to, unless you like have it in the blueprint. It was just all baked into one sound, and it was like a 3-second loop or something. And then like the bubble in the side, I actually, like I said, I used synthesizers to use that. I can't remember the name of the synthesizer I used it, but I actually named the sound Dirty Bubble. It just made it even better. I think he yells when he gets sucked in here.
No.
Okay, give me a moment. I had to check. See.
Gonna do that. I think I can.
Oh, you're good. Just hover
we
over
could
it.
do it now that we actually know how
Don't
sequencer
click, just
works
hover.
properly.
Wherever the mouse
Whoa.
is.
Oh,
you gotta tap out. Never mind.
I should tap out. I should tap out. Give me one. What?
What happened?
He needs to check his thing.
Oh, the transfer?
Okay, can you click? Yes, it's
Finish.
finished. Cool.
Okay.
Okay, we're good.
How did you figure out? Because yeah, the music is playing in time.
Sometimes the music
there was a
just
couple
doesn't even
times.
play.
Yeah, there was a couple
that
times where you'd
happens.
come out and it would the layers would not be playing at the same
Yeah,
time.
it would get out of sync.
That doesn't happen nearly as often anymore, so I don't know what it was that caused that.
Oh, I forgot I had this.
And now the game's almost broken
Yeah.
because you have almost all the abilities.
Is this a solar panel?
Yeah, that was what it was intended to be.
I didn't make that.
I did. I was in a hurry with that one. So I actually made those attached to Doctor's laboratory, and then I was like, I'm just gonna rip this piece of the model off and put it all over town.
There
Yeah,
are
it's
so many
spicy.
models
Yeah,
we used
decorating.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Did you even look at a picture at a reference?
I think I did. I was probably looking at like a really old picture of one.
Or just
I knew there was like a panel that was black, and then there was like a frame holding it up.
I'm collecting them.
It's
They
it's
got quite the
futuristic
hitbox.
or not futuristic. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe they've figured out how to use something other than
Yeah,
silicon.
hexagonal patterns.
Yeah.
Made out of MacGuffinite hexagons. Part of balanced brushes.
Yeah, we gotta go this way.
And it's McGuffinite, not MacGuffinite. Because
McMuffinite.
M-A-G MacGuffinite, or
Power.
MacGuffin is the literary term. Ours is a play on that. It's
New skin.
McGuffin. So it's like a guy named McGuffin.
It's like McMuffin.
Yeah.
So I like this one the most because it's not designed by Brant.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, this one was designed by Scarlett, our friend Scarlett. At least my friend Scarlett. So she's a really cool artist. She's designing a new Rad T-shirt.
Oh, that was hers that won that?
Yeah.
Nice.
So she's the one designing a new T-shirt. She did the background of my lock screen. She did that.
Oh,
Nice
cool.
memory.
That's right. I remember that. That was
No.
No.
So she designed this one.
Don't
I
crash.
will
Thank
be-
God.
Yeah, I will be remaking this skin for the full game too.
That'll look super cool.
Yeah. So, and the hat will look nice too, because the hat has like no bake information and it just has like a really bad, like cloth thing on it. What is?
Oh, that the out of the page we didn't texture it.
Also that water or that boat.
Okay, I don't remember if it was the boat or the dock, or if you guys fixed it, but there was like a sound effect missing for walking on wood.
That might be on the docks now. I'm not sure because at one point we didn't actually have much wood that you could walk on, but now that we do, I think.
I would notice. I would have noticed.
Did you put it on like this stuff too?
I
It's like I made one specifically for palm trees, like you can walk on the horizontal ones. But
I don't know if I ever fixed the collision on those palm trees because they were
No.
really wonky.
they are still wonky.
Good. I'm glad to know that my handiwork is still there.
I think I used like a plastic St. Patrick's Day decoration for the foliage sound.
Really?
Oh, and the grass, because like I tried recording grass outside, and I kept getting wind, and like that day I was just not having it, so I was like, I'm gonna do this inside. But I gotta build a fully box and actually do some more in-depth stuff.
Yeah.
Especially water, like all the water I did was like in the bathtub, and it's just got that room effect, and just like you can tell.
A lot of reverb.
Yeah.
It's gross.
Hey Paul, where's the amphitheater?
Turn around. I built the amphitheater. Now you just
Yes,
gotta
thank
get
you,
on me on
Paul.
something different, like where's the gray box? Where's the entire level?
Yeah.
Where's Vista Bell? It's right here.
But yeah, gotta say, like, pretty much all of your architecture that you made still holds up really, really well.
Yeah, I plan on
Like,
reusing a bunch of it.
It is so good.
I might keep the same shape of that amphitheater, but like.
Oh, you gotta
do
fix
it
the
again.
golden MacGuffinites there
Yeah.
on top of the pillars.
Yeah, that was.
Because they're new MacGuffinites now.
That's right.
I feel like
Don't look at the ukulele!
I feel like it could use more.
More ukulele.
More ukulele.
Look at
Oh yeah, there's Rad's new model and substance painter on that middle screen.
And they're playing Ran the Hedgehog.
Nah, unfortunately we don't have any real grinding.
It's not until we like got right near the end of Capstone that I realized there's a thing in Unreal, like by default, that's a cable that you just pick the 2 points and it has a physics-driven cable. I didn't know that. So we dragged all these splines out by hand so they all look like completely rigid.
And me.
Yeah.
I tried.
You can only use the cable though. I don't think you can actually stretch a model across it.
Oh.
It'd be really cool if you could though.
That'd be too convenient.
Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it? They can't do that. The coconuts have physics.
They do.
What if like Brady walked over here and he knocked off the thing and it fell on his head and he died?
Oh.
Oh,
no.
don't make him do that.
That's we're gonna do like what was that game?
That was a reference. If you watch Garanicore, then you would get it.
Oh.
It's a Brady thing.
Good grief. Did I make those coconuts? I think I did.
I think you did. I was asking you for a really long time to make a coconut.
Yeah. It's hard to remember what all assets pretty much most of the smaller assets I made.
Yeah.
I try not to touch bigger assets because I'm not good at it.
I made a bell.
I'm recent. Oh yeah, Lloyd made the bell.
Yeah.
Like the only 3D model that Lloyd made.
Yeah, I retextured it for him.
It's like the name of the town.
And we use it in multiple places.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think no, that bell is my bell in the on the bridge.
Oh, the ones on the
Yeah, the one on the
poles?
bridge.
Yeah.
That one I made.
Your bell
There
is
wasn't
small.
a whole lot of detail put in that though.
Yeah.
No, you didn't need much.
Well,
more
they're
than what it
small.
was. Yeah.
They're
They are
Something I was
small.
looking for over here.
I am small.
You
What, the
collect the
comic
comic
book?
book
I think
already?
yeah, you got that one.
I'm not talking about that. It's not like an item.
Oh, yeah. You might be able to do that. I think you need.
You need determination to get it.
Yeah. Oh, I was thinking about something else.
Oh, the
I know one of them you need the
You need to at least like double jump to get to it.
I don't think you're far enough. You
I
need
think
to
it
go
was over
that
there
way.
that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
that was very glowy.
Oh, there it is. That was it.
Oh,
You crushed the game.
this like feels familiar. Its familiarity fills you with determination.
Wow, what a good
I'm determined.
Earthbound reference.
Wow.
Man, what a,
How many
What a shortcut.
How many different games did we just say there at the
did you
same
know
time?
that High
Thunder
Game
Tail.
Theory, Matt Pat here? Did you know that Rad is Ness from Undertale? Did you know that Sans is Zelda Rune?
Ugh.
Subscribe to Did You Know Games.
Stop that. So we actually named all of the streets, all of the street signs, like all the streets are named. We actually had a poll in our Capstone class to name all the streets. So
Street pole.
yeah, so Ansel right there is
Where's that? Oh, go back. Go back.
the
to that
guy who
window.
made Rayman. I can't remember his first name.
Go back to that window on the corner right there on the right side of that building. Right there.
What are we looking at?
The building's the window straight ahead. On the other side. In that window. That's Derek.
There he is.
Okay, I thought I saw that.
That's Derek. Yeah, he's in there.
He's huge.
Big
Yeah.
Derek.
But yeah, we named a lot of the streets are either like jokes that we had within Capstone, or they're named after different professors. So I thought that was like a fun way to incorporate professors in our game. Also, the synergy logo, it changed.
Oh yeah.
Because that one was better than the previous.
Yeah,
Well,
because
I
the other
love
one used to be
Fantastic
Fantastic
Four.
Four. Yeah, which is still used on the satellite dishes. 'Cause
Yeah.
we just never.
Now it's
Cafe
Channel
just
4
opened
News.
up.
Yeah. Also, he
Everything
doesn't.
works out.
He
It's got a
doesn't play
really nice
a
view
talk
of Harvard.
animation for some reason. I don't think we ever got it plugged in.
No.
Young girl with hat seen falling from sky. Please do not cuddle her. She is armed
Oh
and
no, Derek
dangerous.
sent an emote.
What do you
Here's a
say?
picture of a
What do
cute
you
little
say?
girl in a purple hat. and
Oh,
a
it's
yellow cape.
Derek. That's him.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
heads
it's a Crash Bandicoot.
Crash
reference.
Bandicoot.
I edited that and I didn't get it.
So I think a lot of the dishes that we have in the game, like the bowls and plates, they just use like the default Unreal concrete material or something.
Probably.
Because I was just I couldn't be bothered to model
Make,
something
like-
so insignificant with a texture or something like that.
Oh, you couldn't have just used like a white material with a little bit of roughness on it?
I mean, I could have made that, or I could have just used the default Unreal concrete.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
The very first sound effect I recorded was for the comic book, and it was too quiet. I had to boost it. But I also wanted to say about these. I was thinking about making it multiples because you're like popping a bunch of them, but
Oh, what the heck?
it would have been kind of gross. But yeah, the balloons popping sound effect is, you know those monkey breath things that you get when you order from ThinkGeek?
Oh,
The
with
air-
the bag
Packaging
there.
air. That was me popping those.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh man, those are fun to pop.
And the that is just like a filter sweep,
Yeah.
like white noise or something. But
What's the sound that you have for the double jump? Like, did you just make that?
no, someone gave me a wooden slide whistle, but I guess it was like built wrong because like it doesn't work.
Oh.
But when you can still make sound just by pulling it apart and pushing it together.
Okay.
Can you close that door?
Yeah, well, the toilet's thinking.
The toilet's thinking, what is it, a
No,
computer?
he's in there.
Oh, okay.
He put water, so he ran in there
It stopped.
to himself and yelled.
Well,
Sorry.
it's done now, so he can do his thing.
I'm not sure how much of background noise
He's
you
gonna
can
go
hear
yell
on
at
the
the
mics
bathroom
here.
now.
It's fine.
Okay, I'm gonna head out because I have to work tomorrow.
Alright. Oh, that's right, you have work.
Yeah, I have like.
I was just about to hand you the controller.
I'll play.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Henry,
Oh, there's a couch!
work's not fun. Kill me.
No, we're not allowed.
Oh dang, you're right.
That's illegal. They made that illegal back in 2012.
There's a law, right? There's a law for that.
What were we? Yeah, there's laws and such. What were we doing? MacGuffins.
I can go check out the collection screen.
Bye y'all. I love y'all.
Bye, Lloyd.
Bye.
I love
Glover's
you.
Secret.
Y'all already.
So, oh yeah, you were able to get into Glover's without the double jump. or get on top of it.
Yeah, you can.
You can, but no one ever
The
does.
MacGuffin spawn. It didn't spawn!
Uh-oh. That's unfortunate.
That's really
Is
unfortunate.
that game breaking?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can't 100% it, but
That's fine. It doesn't matter.
that's alright. Read the stereo.
Yeah, we don't need to
Oh
get
yeah,
to the cutscene.
the sound for these guys. What are they called? Game board
Mesh?
pieces.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Stop
that was like the second thing I recorded. I just took some dice and put them in a sock and dropped them in and recorded. Because like the sock
Dad,
like
can
nerfed
you-
any
sure, hey, you
sound
don't
that
paint
if I
what-
dropped it in like a paper bag or something, it would make more sounds. I just wanted the sound of them.
Just the dice, no paper.
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of the stereos, they are broken.
How?
Because they don't play the music anymore.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I thought they did.
I don't think they do.
Well, we're gonna find out.
I don't know why they broke. Just stuff will just randomly break.
It's because we did basically code this thing with dental floss, so...
Yeah.
Oh, look, it's a reference sign.
Oh yeah, so two things about the sign. One, this is the sign from the cafe from Back to the Future. Two, it used to be used for the diner, but Paul here made a different sign, and it didn't fit the aesthetic of this sign, so I'm like, let's just like change it,
Put it
and
somewhere.
make it say arcade instead, but since like everything was still baked into it in the ambient occlusion map, you could still see the words coffee written on it. So I'm just like, story-wise, just have it be like, oh, it used to be the diner sign, but instead we they like sold it to the arcade or something. So that's why it says like coffee. So it's like a
High-level
stain or
play you're
something.
seeing here.
Yeah. So that's another example of reusing assets. Go find Derek. Go find Derek.
I will.
Go get him right now.
Fine.
Not the one down there, the one up here.
Where's Derek?
It's behind the rocks. Over there, to your left.
This way?
No, go to your right. Yours. Okay, there. Between there. It's literally behind this rock.
Behind this
You're-
rock.
Yes. There he is.
It's Derek.
I'm like, it's the rock that you're like trying to figure out which direction to go.
Sometimes the stars load in
Above
second.
Derek.
Yeah.
I think
There's
they
a
fixed
setting
that.
for that. I don't remember what it
So
was.
it's even weirder to see like just a peak, him peeking over the
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we fixed it in this update.
This is
always so
why,
weird to
yeah,
see,
this
like,
is why I wanted like horizontal
camera.
camera thing, and
Yeah.
we might have figured that out now, didn't we? I think we did.
I haven't.
Kenton has.
The thing is though, like if say you enter it walking forward and it snaps the camera sideways, it still thinks forward is Rad's direction forward. So if you hold this way, he'll walk towards the camera and fall off.
Yeah,
There's
there
a
is
there's a
setting
way to
that fixes
reset.
it.
There's a way to orient him based on the camera, but I think we figured it out.
Yeah,
we
there
just
are
didn't.
some settings for it.
We didn't use it yet because we finished that after Capstone.
There are a lot of things. Oh my god, this. Okay, so these trash cans here. The joke was that every single time we would have to work up here, we would place another. Okay, so.
They work.
Oh, maybe it's when you pick it up. It doesn't play a sound. Yeah, okay, it doesn't
yeah.
play the record scratch. Which
Okay.
was
It's
a
in
really
there.
nice
It's
sound.
Yeah, it's plugged in. The sound is in the thing, and it's probably playing, but something broke.
But yeah, so with the trash cans, it was every single time one of us came up here to work on something, we would just place another trash can inside the trash can. And
So
we
there's a
just
little
left
baby
it.
dumpster in the
Yeah, so
top.
we just left it.
Wow.
Speedrun strat, you can climb on top of that. It doesn't help, but
Also, Paul, I'm gonna say this now, but I now do not like the purple coming out of the pipes.
yeah, I don't either.
I know I said I liked it when you made it, but I don't
Yeah.
like it anymore.
Oh, try. I'm in the same
I
boat.
liked
I mean, there's probably a good, like, 90% of this game that we don't like anymore.
Oh yeah, most of it.
Oh yeah, another sound thing. The windmills. I have to go out and get some sound recordings of those, but I kind of don't want to get cancer.
Yeah.
Well, Rad's jumping up by them.
Yeah.
Is he okay?
I can. If I had the glide, I could go stand on
Red's
it.
also green, so who knows?
Yeah.
3, and then the rest are down here, I think.
Pizza
Okay.
time.
That update was a mistake.
Pizza time update. That was a mistake.
It does break a lot of things.
It's not fun.
Hey, Radwell. Would you mind activating all of the shortcuts for me? Just to flip on
Also,
all
his talking animation isn't plugged in either. There's so much stuff that just isn't plugged in or not working. 2 more. Oh, you need the 2 on the
Yep.
on the
So there's the
island.
one down there, I think, on the. Well, no, I think you got the shortcut on.
No,
the...
you need the 2 on the island.
Oh, right,
But you
there are
haven't
2
gotten
over
to
there.
the island yet.
I'm gonna load up on MacGuffinites here.
Yeah.
I hit the thing.
Yes. Yeah, it's Derek.
Derek's
sending us
happy that he
emojis.
was included.
Yeah.
Hey, is he the red one?
Yeah.
It's really funny that the enemy I made within the past, like, 20 hours is a million times better than the Mash Mouth.
Oh yeah. the robot dude who shoots at you.
Man, the Mash Mouth, like, he was made in, like, a day.
Yeah.
And
We were on a Capstone crunch at the time,
his,
so like.
his skeleton is, like, screwed up, too.
Hey, thanks, man.
So I'm surprised he's even, like, being held together right now. He was actually designed by my friend, Michael Westemeyer. So he's like, the concept he sent me was like, it's a bat, but it's just a mouth, and it's always screaming. And I'm like, I'll take it.
Yeah, sold. Now,
It was,
I wonder.
it was between that and a really buff seagull. So I took the Mash Mouth.
Okay.
And he didn't have a name for it at the time, and I think I just called it Mash Mouth because of Smash Mouth.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's it.
I think that was the joke.
Wasn't your placeholder sound from Ed, Ed and Eddie?
Yes! Oh, no. Yeah, I played the Super Loa
Except
sound effect when it
scared
saw
the
you.
crap out of me every time.
Yeah, it was really loud.
It was a very loud sound. Yeah, my friend was like, dude,
Really wish that would just launch you.
Yeah, my friend was like, dude, I found all the Ed and Eddie sound effects on this Tumblr page, and I went and got them all. So there are a couple of them that were used as placeholder sounds in this.
I don't like using placeholders because then like we might forget about them.
Oh, I'm sure we've forgotten about some.
Also, right there, I don't know if you guys heard, but like his voice was fading out as he was falling. That's because I baked the sound, like him fading into the sound.
Yeah.
And I didn't know. I thought it was just gonna be for him falling off, which actually didn't end up getting used anyway. So if
We don't
did
really
that
have
in
any
engine,
bottomless
it wouldn't have
things.
been-
I mean, we do in here, yeah. In here.
Wow, you just wrecked that ball. This is my level, by the way.
Yeah,
and I
Brant
had to
designed
change-
this one.
I had to change
hated
a
this.
lot of stuff.
I hated this.
Brant goes really hard on the
Wow,
level.
you just speed run go.
Yeah. This level was probably changed the most out of all of them. I think, probably.
I keep forgetting I can't glide.
Like, the only part that wasn't changed in this was the first bit and this bit. Because this was pretty good.
This one's actually not too bad. I think this should have came before the previous one, because that's just wall jumping up, and then the next one you have to go up and then down and back up. I feel like they should have been swapped.
A lot of stuff we just winged.
And this
And
one,
it
this
shows.
thing needs to be removed completely.
Yeah,
What is going on there?
Yeah. So what was the idea is these were flat before, and you had to jump across this wall, hit that, jump up, hit the next one as it came across, and the timing ended up getting all messed up. So now it's just...
Oh yeah, because stuff was plugged into the event tick, which depends on frame rate, I think.
Yeah.
So if you're lagging and you get to this point in the level, the timing will be off. So eventually it'll just like become impossible to do it the intended way. So.
And if you look at it, I think there's the way I did program these to spin around, like it counts up a number, and when it gets to that number, it resets to 0. So like, I don't think these are plugged in exactly right. So like, it'll eventually.
Oh, I saw it.
It'll
yeah.
snap back to the correct position, and if you're on it, it'll fling you,
Oh my
or you'll
God.
fall through it.
Is this the final challenge level?
No.
This is the second to last.
There's the last one, and then there's pizza time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was really proud of this like exit portal here. How
Yeah,
I
it
built
looks.
that.
This looks super nice.
Yeah, and then like
I couldn't do this without the keyboard.
Yeah. Yeah, the keyboard update came way later than we wanted it to.
yeah, because we had like 2 buttons or 2 check marks that were checked that didn't mean to be checked, and that's the entire keyboard update.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. And by the time we got to this endpoint where it was supposed to be like the portal's gonna explode and everything was supposed to be bad, we didn't make it look like it, so they're still just eating their pizza and having a good time.
Oh, something that like I don't even notice anymore
let's see if Lover's
is
back.
when you're done with the game, like when you finish the final challenge level, there's like not graffiti, there's confetti like floating all over the
That
town
is
square.
still there.
Yeah, and I just haven't like noticed it at all, probably because I don't get that far in the game at all anymore, or at least I just speedrun it.
Okay, so
And
the Glover's
isn't-
one
yeah.
isn't there.
I don't know why Glover's doesn't spawn. Lloyd is always like, oh, I love my spawning mechanic, it's great, and then like half the time some of the MacGuffinites don't even spawn.
Yeah.
Which are like the main collectible. So something's up with that.
I
don't
wouldn't
know.
even be able to explain why, so...
Yeah, I don't... Oh yeah,
Well,
that happens sometimes.
The double hands.
I know there's a way to like consistently do that, but I don't remember what it is that causes it. Also, you don't even need to go in this hole.
No, you don't have to
anymore,
if you know the skip, but there's a little
Just
pizza
having
party.
a pizza party.
Yeah. I wanted to have it so when you got close enough to those, they just disappeared, or like they would crouch
Go
and
in the
hide.
shell.
And that would have been probably an easy thing to do, but I don't mess with skeletal meshes.
Yeah, I don't even do that. Also, there are 2 invisible walls here that are...
That you can wall
yeah,
jump off of.
Yeah.
This guy.
Yeah, this guy is neat.
You can cheese that sometimes.
Yeah, well, I mean, his starting position, if you go right, actually, so follow where you came up.
Yep.
So just over here, this is his starting position, but he can only go to one other point from there.
Yeah.
So if you just trap him there, you can get the MacGuffinite every time. I don't know why it's set up like that, but...
Apparently he gets back up, too.
Yeah.
Oh, you can hear him. He still runs around. Yeah.
I didn't think he ran around after you got the thing.
No, he does.
So I had a.
He didn't run that time. I think he's stuck. He's stuck in the floor or something.
Most of the time you're not hanging around that often to hear it. I'm keeping this bell tower. I don't know what we put it, where we put it, but I like it. I'm keeping it.
Does he still have, did you put the quiver sound in? Like when he's quivering?
I think so, yeah, but it's like,
So, like,
yeah, he should have it. I don't know if the other ones do. Also, that seagull just disappeared.
I got his sounds. There's just 2 sounds, just like him running around, and then just like him quivering, like in his shell. And the running around one, I had a like tape dispenser on my desk, and I dropped it because I was clearing off my desk to like get ready to record or something.
Nice,
and I was
got
like,
it.
I'm gonna shake that and record it, and it worked. And then like I pulled the tape out like a whole foot, and it was just making this like kind of stretching out sound. And that's what I use for this quivering too. And it's funny.
Man,
I
you
thought
can
it was
get
funny
some real
because
distance with that glide.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny because tape dispensers look like snails.
Yeah.
So,
We need to cap that on in the new Rad project, because eventually you will like start falling to your terminal velocity.
Oh, so you just want?
Yeah, but in this one we did cap it, so there is it will slow you down to a certain point.
Oh, you mean cap it in the new one?
Yes, we need to try that and just see how it feels.
Yeah.
Did we get this one? We did not. No.
Oh my god, I remember this part, Tyler, you brought it up with me. You're like, this boat is tilting, but the hook is still, like, just levitating. So Paul's solution was to just put it in rocks.
Yeah, it worked.
That was and I'm like, okay, sure.
Yeah. I'm not remodeling that.
That was a lot of solution to parts of the game. Was like, we'll just like put stuff.
Yeah. You can make that jump, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, if you're good enough, you can do it.
Oh wait, hold up.
Oh yeah, you gotta get the good pizza time.
Let's not.
Pizza time.
It's Derek again, and Pizza Boy. Look, he's his pizza head with. Yeah. Oh, we can try that while we're camping.
What?
Pizza on a stick, and then you just hold it over the fire. Yeah. You may not do it, but I will. This is how I die then. Burnt pizza all over my face.
This is how I end. Was that 12? Yeah, it was 12.
Thank you. Alright, here's the big
Also,
one. There's a
tornado.
tornado. Woo!
Oh yeah, I
He's
didn't know
freaking
about
out.
this. That's why there's no sound for it.
Yeah.
Nobody told me.
This was a very late addition. This was Jake going like, hey, Jake's our teacher, by the way. The capstone instructor.
Listen when he falls. I just wanted to point that out.
Oh yeah,
He takes forever to fall in this one. I don't know why.
because it's so huge.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
You can break this level so much.
Can you?
You can't. Why? What?
Because this is the one that when you guys inevitably leave me at the table,
Oh, this is the one someone goes into?
This is the one someone goes into.
Oh yeah.
Leave.
This is like the most broken out of all of them. Because there's some parts that you can just skip over and not do.
And some parts are just really hard.
There's this little section here that, like, I swear to goodness, nobody can get up this fucking wall.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
People get stuck here too.
Yeah.
Like it's
Well,
impossible to see.
For some people don't seem to grasp the idea that these things flip.
Well, I mean,
And I mean, I get it. Like, you only see them once, and some people just jump right to this level.
When you double jump, though, that throws
Yeah.
me off.
It does.
Oh,
That-
yeah,
I will
some
admit that's
people-
correct.
yeah, some people will jump and they'll screw it up and they're like, oh crap, and then they'll double jump and it'll flip again and they're like, wait a minute. So they feel like they're getting cheesed, and I'm like, well, I mean, technically it's every single time you jump.
Yeah, it's
and
whenever
double
the
jump
animation's
counts.
done and you hit the jump button, they flip.
Yeah. So, and then these are like really flippy. Like, yeah.
Speed run.
Yeah, and then,
techniques.
Yeah, that's where we need the wall run, is for stuff like that. What the?
What?
That was the flip. So that's when it hit 0 and flipped
Oh, and
back.
it flung you?
Yeah, that's exactly what happens. That's what I
I've
was
never
talking
seen
about.
that. But yeah, you can get momentum from those slides and like get all the way up on the top of that. But yeah, I've never seen that happen before.
Yeah, it's only like a split second that it'll do that.
Oh my gosh. I've never noticed that. That's hilarious. Why did you program it like that?
Because that's just how it goes. Unless you do like a completely even thing, it's gonna do that.
Also, all
Also,
of
it's
the
really
blocks-
stupid to program something to rotate for some reason.
Yeah. Also,
You can't just say, make this rotate.
Yeah. But I wanted like all of the blocks to like do that bob that you saw.
But people kept thinking they were gonna fall.
Yeah. So some of them don't, but I forgot about some of them.
Yeah. I wonder if you can cheese up
You should
there.
have just
You
made
can.
the symbol signify if it's gonna fall or not.
Yeah, like have the glowing ones be the ones that fall or something.
Yeah.
Or non-glowing.
You see, that would have been
Just,
smart.
just
but
like
I'm
the
stupid.
markings on them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know you can
like-
cheese over to here.
You
Cheese that way!
You can get even farther, but
Yeah.
it's just more difficult because you lose the checkpoint.
Yeah.
So if you lose, you like go way far back.
So before you get to the end of this level, I wanted to say something about the music. Wasn't this track like the one that the Twitter voted on?
Yeah, I think everyone liked this one the
And
most.
like I just think it's so ironic because like this was like the easiest, quickest one that I made. I was just like, I want some elements of Crash Bandicoot, so I used the
Also, I don't know why you can barely make this now. People just give up
Maria.
sometimes and they
That's
don't
right.
double jump out of the
They
glide.
don't give up. They just keep sitting there and trying to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, just double jump out of the glide. Come on.
Don't leave yet. The synth that comes in at, like I think right here. Yeah. I don't know how many people remember the test world that we made.
I do.
It had the same synth. And I just like reused that because I made it for that, and I was like, this will work over here. So I tried it, and it like worked out perfectly.
You're right, it is.
But like this is like the most repetitive of all of the music in the game, and like it was just supposed to be like kind of like fast paced, like moves you along.
Yeah.
But it's just like what is it, like 40 seconds, and then it loops once.
I think
Something
so.
like that?
It's
But-
not a very long track. I have it on
Complete.
my
Technically, the
computer.
game is now beaten.
Yeah.
So I just think I'm working too hard on these other tracks that have layers and dynamics and all that. That one's just too.
Oh, what was the other one?
Do we want to
Shortcuts.
jump into like free play and re-get everything so that we can do the?
Oh, like really
crown?
speed run it?
Yeah, so we can get the crown.
Yeah, I can also do pizza time real quick. Or would you rather do that in the
No,
thing?
I'm opposed to that.
Oh.
No, we can't. Do
No.
that.
Oh no, I must
What
have
do we
missed a
miss?
pizza.
You missed the boat.
The boat.
The
yeah,
pizza
the
boat! Where's the pizza boat?
Boat's leaving. You missed it.
Oh no! Oh, it's over here.
Why did I say that? You should have. I should have said, "Oh, I don't know what."
No,
you
I don't
missed."
know what you mean. No, there's nothing. I completely skipped this half of the thing
You know,
too.
Paul, every single time I like go up to on top of this mountain cliff thing, and you know that it has the point that like points into town.
Yeah.
Every time I get up there, all I can think of is yeah,
Pizza time.
what's on the menu? It's the Pumbaa.
When you gonna buy me pizza, bruh?
Good grief, the comedian's a bear.
We're gonna speed run the pizza time.
Oh no, do it.
Can we like turn the audio off, which is the big no-no for sound design?
But I
'Cause
like the
I didn't
music.
make this. You guys made this, and that's why it's terrible.
I made it at like 4 in the morning.
Yeah. Pizza time.
Every time someone comes into this level, they're just completely awestruck.
Like,
And they're like, what?
Well, I wouldn't call
happened?
it awestruck. I'd call it more dumbfounded.
Yeah, they're just like,
so
what
much.
the?
There's no checkpoints.
They're like,
You
they're
can.
like, who came up with this? And I'm like,
Brant did.
yeah, at like 5 in the morning, and I'm like, I need to make this.
This must be.
Yeah, what the heck is right, Jake?
All I did was take the last track we were talking about and just like exchange some stuff.
Oh,
for,
did you move that?
for
No, we
horns.
didn't. Here, I'll do it good.
'Cause
You.
you're like, make it sound like
I made the level
Spider-Man.
The pizza time song.
Oh, the Pizza Time song, yeah.
So it's literally just the. It's the. All the. Yeah, it's the challenge level 1, but with different instruments. Oh, okay. You hit that wall, but you don't need to.
You don't, but I did it anyway.
It took me like all night to figure that
I
out.
never
Paul's
did.
Paul hasn't been able to do it.
To this day, I cannot hit that second wall jump, but you don't need to.
Yeah, and I'm like,
I don't know why it's
easy.
there.
Yeah, and then you can just like launch yourself off the pizza.
Yeah.
Well, there's
Yeah.
They're just so.
They're
far
very
away.
far apart. One of the things people say about the fourth challenge level, like the actual final one where you're using your glide, is that like it seems like there's a lot of checkpoints where you don't necessarily need them.
Yeah.
And then we do a complete other thing in this one where it's like, yeah, there's no checkpoints. You get like 3. Have fun.
Yeah, I was just kind of an asshole one night, and I'm like, you know what? would
I had
be
to go in and
fun?
make certain parts easier.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what would be fun?
If we made people hate our game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one.
See, because like, we sent this to Talons, and like, I sent it to him before, I even played it. So I was like at work or something, and I just linked him to it. And like, he streamed it, and he's just like, yeah, I'm not playing Red updates anymore.
Oh man, when we had Alex play this so he could speedrun it, and he like got over to this platform over here, and then he just scaled the
Yeah, he went
boxes.
all the way
Yeah, he climbed the pizza tower.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, I thought you could do that, but you know, I thought maybe you wouldn't be able to because they're rotated or whatever.
No, but I guess you can. So now there's a big invisible tower in the thing that you can't get into.
Yeah. I still think the pizza eyeball lasers is funny. But I'm probably. Oh.
You did it to yourself. You did this.
Ah, you thought I was gonna miss that one.
Okay, they remind me of Wallace and Gromit.
Actually, a little bit.
Like claymation.
Yeah, when they're that big.
It's easier to notice.
Yeah. You know what we should have done? Have you seen that trick where you take an animation, you cut, you record it at like a certain speed, and then you like play it at half speed so it looks like a stop motion animation?
Sure.
We should have done that with them.
Oh.
So they're all like really stop motion. They look like a Christmas special.
Yeah. Man, look at all these lights in here.
Yeah.
And the arrows
And
pointing up.
pizza arrows pointing up. And this moves.
I didn't read them as pizza arrows. I just kept climbing the tower.
Yeah.
and like, where
Just
am I
go up. I don't know.
It is certainly pizza time.
Yeah, now you can see the beautiful king drawing that
Yeah.
Rachel here made.
For a completely different project. You broke it.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you didn't. You
I'm not
wasted
paying
your-
attention.
You squandered your double jump.
I'm not paying attention. What are we getting?
Pizza? We just had it. You missed it.
More pizza, please. I'm here for it.
Oh, you missed it.
I'm here for the pizza all the time.
Uh,
Yeah, I always think I'm gonna like accidentally launch off of that.
You know what we should have had? Pizza boxes that were closed. When you land on them, they open up and launch you.
Yeah, but that would have been cool.
Yeah, we're not cool over here.
Actually, fun fact, there was originally going to be a boss fight at the end of this. And I'm like, I want to do a boss fight.
And Lloyd
then
was like, no.
I actually had like a model started, and it was just like a pizza box with a bunch of pizzas as limbs. Because, you know, I just had the models, so I'm like,
Oh, you done messed up.
I can't lose if I stay here forever. Retreat! Retreat!
A tactical retreat.
Okay. Let's do it again.
Do it again.
I mean, these aren't even like properly made because they just have
No.
like they just have a collision box in the middle that just says, "Oh, move it when Rad is in this collision."
Yeah, it's really janky because like if you get out, it just immediately starts backtracking,
Yeah.
and you can get left behind.
So,
I hated those parts.
Yeah, this was really tough.
what are you guys talking about?
Yeah. You made the game. Doesn't count for you.
Yeah, you just gotta
Your skill is irrelevant.
And then this was just the ultimate salt in the wound. The pizza's all gone.
We ate it all.
They ate all the pizza. And then this doesn't even get an animation. Dude, you should follow our Twitter at Rad the Game.
At Rad the Rad. That was pizza time. Go talk to the pizza door.
My eyes hurt now.
Don't. Yeah, me too. Don't
ears
sue us
if
double
you're
fine.
listening. Pizza.
I'm pizza now.
Pizza.
I'm just pizza now. Not a lot of people know about this because no one noticed the floating pizza.
Like I said, have some like effects for it.
Brant would
like the
happily make pizza-style particles.
Well, just like bright lights emanating from underneath it or something.
But isn't the pizza place called Derek's Pizza? The boxes said Jake's Pizza.
No, Dirk's is the
diner.
restaurant, the diner,
Yeah.
but they sell Jake's Pizza there.
But it says coffee, ice cream, snacks. It doesn't say pizza.
Well, the pizza's inside there. They couldn't afford a sign. I don't know. Look at King Coconut.
Pizza's a snack.
Yeah, look at King Coconut just drinking, having a cigar.
That's gonna bring our rating
Yeah.
down.
We haven't decided our rating yet.
Let Iris
we
say
want,
damn.
Yeah, we want someone to swear once.
E10 plus, we can have
Yeah,
it.
E10 plus. We're going for the 10 plus. Actually, it's going to be on Steam, so we don't need a rating. But if we get a Switch,
And that dang Glover's. By the way, Glover's was actually the
a game for the Nintendo 64
No,
where you play as a hand.
The,
He has a ball.
The sign for it was designed by Mr. Wright.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not like
Jason
Mr.
Wright.
Yeah, Jason Wright designed the sign for that because we were actually looking for some sign ideas. Where am I going? Oh yeah, I know where I'm going.
Yeah. Where are you going?
I'm gonna go see the king because no one has seen this yet. I'm pretty sure.
Whoa!
Yeah. So here's the king.
Who's that? Oh, is that me?
Yeah, Lloyd typed that up.
Yeah.
We just used the mash mouth sound.
Yeah.
Also, he has
The
one
unused
motion.
ones.
Yeah. So if you talk to him after you get all the MacGuffinites, a crown attaches to Rad's head.
Yeah, you
That's
get that
that's
crown.
the only point.
So I'm gonna quit and then like do a free play to get everything.
Yeah.
Do what they did with Shadow the Hedgehog and make Rad just say damn a lot.
He says hell once.
Does he?
He tells Eggman he's gonna send him straight to hell.
Oh, I thought you meant Rad.
Oh no.
Also, there was one thing that shows up during a load screen that I wanted it to play and it never did. Or I
What was
wanted
it?
to show up the I'm gonna kill Praxis.
Oh yeah. from
It
Jack
never
2.
shows up and it makes me so mad.
Maybe Lloyd turned the probability down or
Maybe.
something.
Oh,
There it
there
is.
you did it. I don't know how you do that,
I
but
don't know, because I was in the falling state
yeah.
and the game was like, eh.
Eh. Whatever.
Am I able to even like talk to
You should be able to. Talk to the
what's his name?
Redux.
Redux here? Am I able to? I'm not.
You should be able
Hey,
to.
thanks, man.
Oh, that's broken.
Yeah, that is very broken.
His quest just seems a lot of these quests. Let's be real here.
Stuff isn't built very well.
We were under a real crunch when we made this.
Ugh. And foliage, am I right?
Yeah.
Which is literally only on this one island.
Yeah. Do you know how much work I had to do to remove half that foliage you put here?
Do you know how many times I re-added the foliage
Yeah.
here?
Until I put dirt pads in, which do look a lot better.
They do.
Yeah, you can actually tell where you're going.
Are they using that Photoshop filter?
No. Photoshop filter.
Yeah, because they look like the hexagonal like filter that you can use.
Oh
for
no,
the
I made
glass.
that. I made that in Substance.
Oh,
Piece of cake.
It was
it looks like the Photoshop.
Designer. I could make something so much better in Designer now. Now that I know how to actually use it.
Are you just gonna say something?
Try to
different?
collect all.
No, okay.
That was too slow.
You're too slow.
You're too slow. Oh,
I'm gonna show everyone your mistake, Paul.
my mistake.
Your mistake.
What did I do? Oh no, it's loss.
Your loss.
Is it really?
It's
Yeah,
yeah. Go
it's-
look. It's
oh
loss.
my God.
You didn't know it was loss?
I never noticed that.
That's loss.
A lot. The only other time I saw someone like bring it up, besides like maybe one or two people at expos, someone when James streamed this back when we first released it, someone in the stream caught it.
Yeah.
But
It's like, oh,
but
that's
no
loss.
one else caught it, and no one saw the comment.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna go see if we can get the speakers.
If that person is here in the chat now,
Wait,
we're acknowledging you.
where's the chosen one?
Oh, go show them go do the chosen one.
Maybe when you go back.
I'll go back.
After you, yeah.
I'm just gonna like. Jesus.
You're gonna cheese it?
There we go. And all of these should be activated, so I should be
Yeah,
able to...
you can just
It's
get
a
back up.
meme that's like way.
Well, I mean,
way
I don't know if, like, the Doctor will give it
Oh,
to me or
loss?
not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a PewDiePie thing, I think.
I think it was even before him. Or at least the original comic existed for a really long time.
Yeah.
Before people started memeing it.
Yeah. It was, like, its own thing. It was Control Delete or something.
And then the L.
Nice.
Like
Like
muffin
communicate that like through some kind of audible language.
Yeah. What's the Morse code for loss?
Wait, hold on, wait.
What'd you do?
I
Why would
tried
you
to
do
get
that?
on top of that. Stop that. Does anyone remember the meme Moon?
Moon? Yeah, Moon was great.
The wolf one?
Yeah.
What's your wolf name?
Moon.
Moon.
Oh,
Oh, dang it, Moon.
Here comes Moon.
Here comes Moon.
What's up here? What did I miss?
There's
What's up, Doc?
There's the sign.
There's a sign?
Well, I mean, way up in the mountain.
Oh, can you even get up there?
I don't know, hold on. Someone's like, can you get out of bounds? And I'm like, I can try.
I think I put up invisible
This
walls,
time
but
on
you're gonna find out.
boundary break?
Yeah.
This I was about to say that. This time on boundary break.
Did you know gaming?
Maybe we did fix it.
I know the waterfall at least has an invisible wall all the way up it. You might be able to... I think there was a way you could
Yeah,
get up
'cause I
because
thought-
there's like the...
There was like a pillar like going up here that
Yeah.
you used to be able to get onto.
There's also somewhere in here there's like a hidden room that's got like 50 ragdoll Brady models just
Yeah.
scattered across the floor.
I got rid of it because people didn't understand the reference.
Oh.
And they took it the wrong way, and I'm like, okay, yeah. So I just took it.
videos.
Yeah.
I swear I saw another, like, a third pair of hands there.
Yeah, 3 of them.
So fun fact, this lagoon, like, went through 3 or 4 changes before.
It actually wasn't even on the original map. This was
Yeah.
just empty. And then Brant's like, I'm gonna build a lagoon.
Well, I mean, originally it was going to just be, like, a mountain face, and it was going to have the,
Fountain.
No, not the fountain. It was going to have the wind turbines. It was just going to
Oh,
be,
yeah, I
like, a
remember
bunch of
that.
wind turbines. I'm like...
And then we concepted out like the lady with the like
Yeah, there
with the water coming out of her eyes or something, or like her hands.
Yeah, she was going to be
With
holding
the
a
book,
with
yeah.
a waterfall.
And then we're just like, you know what, lagoons are cool, and
Yeah.
I like this area. So.
Because I'm like, okay, if I do that, then that means I have to sculpt
A person.
a person with a book
And we saw how that worked.
sitting down. And I didn't even attempt it. I just concepted it, and then
Can
I'm
you
like,
look at the lagoon real quick? I think you could have done with more mist over here.
Probably,
like maybe
yeah.
just a rainbow.
yeah, the LODs are really bad.
Because at this point you didn't know how to do them, and I just pressed a button that generated them, so they were kind of.
Actually, I don't even know if that explains a couple things.
Well, I mean, I think it uses the LEDs regardless.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Let's go back. I didn't make any LODs for particles.
Yeah, the thing
Oh,
is,
they
I
do.
did though.
Okay.
Yeah. But at that time, I only knew that you could press a button and it would do it. I didn't know what any of the settings were.
Yeah, I know how to do it now.
Yeah. So we could go back and fix that if we felt the need to. We don't. Don't get it wrong. We don't feel the need.
I feel
The need for speed.
half of those seagulls just disappear.
I know for a fact we could make those seagull particles better now.
I can make the seagulls better now.
Yeah.
Like, do you
They
know,
could just be individual blueprints then. They don't
if
need a
you looked
particle.
If you looked at the mesh, it looks like something out of like Animation 1. 'cause
Well,
I
the
made
thing
it in,
is,
like, 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's just 2 morph targets and it moves between
Yeah.
them.
That is really cool. Like, a neat thing about like particles is you can't use skeletal meshes in particles. So it's like, oh well, what if I want to have like, you know, a seagull or something that moves? Well, if you just use morph targets, you can find there's like a node in material or in the materials that you can like go back and forth between morph targets. So that's how I was able to do like the butterflies flapping and the seagulls flapping. Literally anything with wings.
Yeah.
That's how I did that. There has been a whole lot of lag. You got a good computer, Paul.
I do. It's almost like we built the game on it.
Hello. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like all of these guys were at one point supposed to go in their shells if you got near.
I don't. Just never finished that.
Yeah. Also, fun fact: their skeleton is screwed up. Their eyebrows were supposed to be children of.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be children of the eyes, so that the eyebrows followed. But I did it too quickly, so they're just their own bones floating out in nowhere. So I had to hand animate the eyebrows to like follow the eyes.
I think it lends like a feeling of like what is it, overlapping action.
Nice, got it.
Because like the eyes move and then the eyebrows follow.
And then they follow.
It
Yeah,
makes
I
it
guess, yeah.
it does make it look like a little more like an intentional overlapping kind of animation. So good job, you did it correctly.
I still remember Lloyd's original concept for the conscious shell.
Yeah.
It's like a modern, like an actual looking shell.
Yeah.
But with really beefy legs sticking out.
Yeah. And then when we actually got the capstone, I'm like, you know, nah.
No.
And then I ended up giving them shoes.
Yeah. Well, I would rather be run at by the guy with the shoes on than like realistic human feet on the bottom of those like tube legs.
Reminds me of Leggy Kirby.
Yeah. Kirby with legs.
Well, dude, Brady is streaming Mario Maker.
Switch version when? Whenever I can find someone who has a dev kit.
Yeah, if you want to give us a dead kit.
If you know anyone who has a Switch dev kit, I'll take it.
Yeah, I still haven't asked Corey about Switch dev kit yet. Someone's asked me to do
Like the one guys from the school in Mexico that had that game at the college thing. Yes,
Yeah.
that one. They have a Switch dev kit, and they told me
Got it.
you gotta go bother the right guy, and then he'll bother the right guy, and then you can figure it out. But we never got to that point.
At least initially, there was a huge wait list because look at how many Switch games are on. There's
Yeah.
thousands of
Yes.
them on there, and those are all people that needed Switch dev kits.
So the demand might have died down a
for
little
all
bit.
the ports and stuff.
Yeah. A lot of
Yeah,
ports.
I hope so, but
What if I get a used?
Real quick.
it's a good problem to have.
When when James was streaming this and he's like, "Oh, nice Breaking Bad reference," and I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, you didn't catch that.
I didn't catch that. Apparently, this is a Breaking Bad
Yeah,
reference.
he throws a pizza and it lands on the rooftop. That's literally it.
I thought it was just like, haha, there's pizza everywhere in the level, so there's pizza on the roof. I thought that's just what
No, that was deliberate on my
Oh,
part.
look who decided to spawn this morning.
There's another one down.
I hate this game.
Yeah. I hate everything I do.
Man, have you ever played Glovers on the PlayStation 1? 'Cause
Was it on PS1?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's how I played it.
Oh, I played it on the N64.
Oh, that version of it was so bad.
Is it? That's the one I played. I
I
couldn't beat the
did a
first
video on it.
Yeah.
It's like the 64 version was so much better. Or was it the other way around? I don't remember.
I don't
No,
remember
the
any
64 one was better. but
any reason why. Did it just run better?
I
Or
don't know. I only had a PS1. So
did the weird funky controller somehow lend itself better to controlling a hand and juggling a ball? Because those controls were already weird.
Your Funky Kong.
Funky Kong.
Tank controls.
But yeah, anyway, back to the whole Switch debacle.
Back to our game.
Yeah.
Now I can.
Yeah, I
So
think
I guess-
I think it's getting information from when I played story mode.
Most people probably would have reset the game at this point.
Yeah, so they're not showing up.
Yeah.
Wait, the doctor's machine already blew up, but it's not blown up?
Yeah.
No, I can wait.
Is Doctor even there?
It's like they're
Hold
already
on, maybe
around
it'll
the
reset
town,
the
right?
quests.
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
Maybe it'll reset the quest. Hold on. Also, I remade this MacGuffinite machine because that is going to come back in the full version as just like a background element. I'm probably gonna remake it again.
Yeah.
You gotta talk to someone directly or have a publisher who's previously worked with Nintendo.
Huh.
That's easier said than done.
Yeah. But I have also heard the secret third way is if you annoy the right like higher up, eventually they'll just give you one, so you'll stop bothering them. Well, I mean they'll sell you one. They won't give you one. But yes, like officially listed, the requirement is that you need to have published a title, which is kind of tough, you know, making games and selling them.
We should actually see like
That's why
what
people don't
falls
start with the
under there.
Switch.
Exactly.
Yeah, we should say or see what falls under. Like, I don't know if it says published because a lot of like when you're applying to like game jobs, they're like you need to have launched one game.
Oh yeah, you need to
or
have like
something.
3 shipped titles on your
You
belt.
need to have shipped one game or something like that. And I was like talking to people and I'm like, does uploading a game for free on itch that you made count? And a lot of people say yes. So there's like a really fine line between what a launched title is, I guess, because it's like
There, Rad drowned once, now he can swim. That's how it works.
so it's like
That's how Mafia works.
yeah, It's like, so what if we like finished a game and we just
I don't know. The code's all messed up.
yeah. So like, does a launched title need to be one that's like published by someone? Does it need to be like on a store that people can buy it with money, or can it just be a game that you made and uploaded somewhere? So,
It probably depends on who's interviewing you.
yeah.
Like, if you're going to try and work for, like, EA or Rockstar, they're expecting, like, a paid full game that you worked on.
Well, some companies will say like AAA game.
Yeah, that would make a difference, too.
And then some places are just like shipped title, and I'm like, okay, I made this college game and it's up on itch, and people can download it and play it, and it was at E3.
It's AAA
So it
game.
counts.
Like that would be dumb because it's like you need experience to get experience.
It's that whole
Yeah.
loop again.
And then we live in Michigan.
Yeah, I was gonna say networking in Midwest is kind of non-existent.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
Unless besides internet, and like that's how we met, like James and Brad.
Yeah.
And like yeah, it's non-existent out here. That's
You already
what
have
kind
10
of points in our
MacGuffinites?
feet
Yeah, I'm good at this game.
making our
I
own
lost
thing
track completely. You are correct, yes, Jenny.
Yeah, what did we just talk about?
Getting a Switch?
No, the
Switch Lite. How about that thing?
no. Okay. Talk about Rad. More Rad stuff.
You know that one puzzle in Breath of the Wild?
No,
Where
stop.
you need to tilt like a platform? That's gonna be hard when you're
Look,
looking
it's
at
Andrew
the screen.
Smith.
Oh no, Andrew
There
Smith.
he is. He's been missing, but now he's back to where he was missing from.
Yeah, he went back to where he was first missing.
Man, remember that time I said let's talk about Rad, and I instantly brought up Andrew Smith?
Yeah. Smitty himself.
I was really proud of these.
The clotheslines?
The hanging stuff.
Yeah. It's weird that they threaded their shirts through the ropes.
Shut up.
That's not how you dry t-shirts? What?
Shut up! Well, that one's just hanging on it, like nothing's holding that up.
Yeah, they just threw it up there. It's whatever, it's no
So I
big
guess
deal.
the wind comes and it's just knocked down.
This town doesn't have
Like,
wind. We couldn't program
oops.
that. I mean, the foliage has wind, but that's about it.
Yeah. So I can't get all the MacGuffinites anymore.
Oh, why is that?
Oh, hold on.
Is it L or J or K?
I don't know what I just did.
Do we have a button that resets your position?
Well, that was my. I like that design better than I don't know. I
Control
always like
K.
that one. Except
This
he doesn't
one,
have
yeah, I
pants.
like the legs
Yeah.
on it, but he doesn't have pants. And people were like,
You don't need them.
pants.
I still have the 3D print of that somewhere.
Yeah.
I do too. It's on my computer. I need to get an updated 3D print. I never got the 3D print from this one because it kept breaking.
Oh, right.
I was gonna talk about this one again. Oh yeah, everyone kept saying his hair was a hat. So
You know
that's
the
one reason why I changed the
Pokemon
hair.
Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald thing where the male character had a white hat on and everyone thought that was his hair?
Is it the other way
Spoiler,
around?
yeah. No, that is a hat. He has black hair. But when you have a pixel that's got... When you have a pixel art that's got like 8 pixels total on it, it's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah.
Oh, that was my neck. Don't worry, I'm just dead.
Yeah.
Here, we didn't program a map, so just have this instead.
Yeah.
You are here. It's like a mall.
Fun fact, this is just a screenshot of a top-down shot of the Unreal viewport, but with a Photoshop filter on it.
Yes, it exactly is that.
Man, remember that time Mel told us to never use the cloud filter in Photoshop, and I used it probably 50 times in this project.
Oh, I use it all the time.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Well,
how you get some good noise.
I do a workaround, and I use the default one in Substance Designer, which is basically the same thing.
Yeah. But I mean, it's good noise.
Yeah, it works.
So,
I think what he means by that is don't use only that.
yeah.
Like, use that as a start, but don't make that, like, the only thing that you put on something.
So here are some reused and unused assets. The spinning, like, green thing around the crystal used to be a portal that was set up here. But obviously we got rid of it.
Yeah,
so
that was what teleported you to our other friend's Capstone.
Yeah.
Where he was fought as a boss.
Yeah, so I'm like, I might as well, like, use it here as, like, you know, science stuff.
Science
so.
stuff. And yeah, Brant made a bunch of lab equipment because we thought we were going to have you go into the lab, and then we didn't.
Yeah, so also, there's really small sunglasses there.
I was writing music for that too.
There's a lot of stuff we wanted to do.
But yeah, these shaders were fun. Like
We had Tyler Baldwin, we probably would have been able to do that.
Another programmer to help sauce that out.
Yeah, these arcade shaders were really cool.
Yeah.
Someone help me with that. Also, this old computer is a Synergy computer, apparently.
Oh, is Dr. Turncoat?
It's a really gross.
That or like they're the only ones who make computers, so. What? No, you don't have to.
Well, I mean, like, he gets grants from different things.
He can't help
What
it that
he
they're
does.
paying his bills.
Yeah.
Why does Rad not have a shadow? What?
Oh, it's because
because Rad has like the physics.
a physics asset shadow, so
physics
he's
asset,
got
but
like
the hands don't.
yeah. So he's got like a nice like actual like faded out soft shadow, but his gloves are just a solid object.
I never noticed that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We could have just made the gloves not have things, or we could just animate his hand spinning to do the glide.
I guess.
Does that spin?
Yeah.
That's.
I think I remember finding that.
Huh.
I didn't know that was a
I
thing.
don't remember that either.
I'm selling the town's local. I also have a good selection of magazine.
Oh, magazine. Man, remember that thing I wrote on the newspaper, Paul? That
There's
you can't
really
see?
dirty words written on top of the newspaper, but it's so small that you can't read it.
Yeah. We made sure. Yeah, you.
Yeah,
can't.
we took every precaution because we took this to E3, and there were bad words in it.
Man, that Royal Reef Resort grand opening. That has a picture of concept art of a previous game that I wanted to work on, but you can't like really see it. There's a lot of like nods to like previous projects that I've worked on here. Yeah. But yeah, so let's talk about stuff.
There was Rem there too, wasn't there?
Yeah, Rem is on the newspaper. Rem from Pumpkin Noir.
Yeah, he was on
City. Police, detectives, and private investigators. Rem cracks down on crime.
Heck yeah.
Oh, there's an ad for freelance police. Their office is on the corner of Straight and Narrow.
It's the same as Max reference. But,
yeah.
Rem is actually from Pumpkin Noir, and we do have plans for some other reference for him.
Also the princes.
Oh, the princes!
Also, fun fact, the prince's logo is just the Prince logo, and I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No, because I didn't know who Prince was until he died.
Oh, that's
So
Jimmy Joe Blake and
I'm
where's
still
Ruben?
I'm still not sure what they do. A+ critic. Hello, I'm Jimmy Lang.
where's Ruben?
I don't know. He's in the background. Yeah, they were like a couple of goofballs.
Oh, so isn't Doctor voted Scientist of the Month again?
Look at that. The doctor was.
No, not again.
Oh, I thought it said that.
Scientist of the Month. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's so much detail.
I thought it said again because he's like the only scientist in town. So it's like, well, why are we even voting? Like, he's the one.
Yeah, I was really hoping that we would keep the first-person camera because there's a lot of like small details I wanted to put everywhere that like you just can't see unless you get the camera places. Oh, I was gonna talk about copywritten content that we had in the game at points before we sent it in. Before we sent it into E3, but like the build that they had. So we actually, for those of you that don't know, we do have like an Ultra Instinct transformation from Dragon Ball Super, and it's
Go
really
get it while
dumb.
you're talking. It's stupid.
So we, just to test it or whatever, I did have the Ultimate Battle theme playing from the show, and the build that we sent in, like my professor had, and I was like, crap, that has like copywritten stuff in it, don't send it in yet, I'll get you a new build. And then as soon as I sent that, he's like, oops, I sent it in. And I'm like, crap, let's hope that E3 doesn't figure it out.
They didn't. No one knows how to figure this out without us telling them.
Yeah, like that was where I actually found out that wouldn't that be funny if like they like called us and then they found out later and they're like, oh, never mind.
You get out.
But then like they
also
actually
SpongeBob
called
reference
us,
there.
And I'm like, I was just taking it back.
The boulder with the pizza on it. Pioneers used to ride those babies for miles.
Yeah, and it's in great shape.
And it's in great shape.
Does he sell locally sourced? What? Okay. I don't know.
This
It's
is
probably from
obscene.
Yeah.
You're right.
Oh, are there any other references?
Yasmar
Boulevard.
Boulevard. And Bright Bluff.
I don't remember what Bright.
It rhymed.
Gordon Yasmar.
Yeah.
Pattison Road.
Pattison.
Yasmar is Ramsey spelled backwards, and I didn't realize that until a couple days before the exposition.
Goo Avenue!
Goo Avenue! Oh, Goo Avenue.
Yeah.
What's Goo Avenue?
I don't know. It just sounded funny. Luigi.
Hold on.
I don't like the way they said that.
I love the way they said that.
It's dumpster love.
So someone came back here once, and I'm like, look, they're kissing, and they're like, that's not what I thought they were doing at first. I'm like, come on, buddy.
Come on, they're just sitting
They're
there.
kissing. They're in love. It's cute. What other
They're both
costumes do I
trash.
have?
They're made for each other.
The red neck.
Neck. You know?
Because it's a joke, like this
the entire
potato
game?
one. Yes,
Yeah.
this entire game is just a joke.
Is that his quirk?
Yeah. His neck.
Oh,
His
my
quirk is neck.
So
Yeah. He can stretch his neck for some reason.
The sad part about this is his
like
like
sleeves on the top parts of the tree.
Yeah.
his entire head just isn't.
He's
great,
evolutionarily designed to succeed.
Oh no,
Oh, we can just have like.
you're an ostrich.
That's the way. Oh, is this gonna fucking
This was
screw up?
changed so
I forgot
much.
we're not supposed to swear.
Yeah, this was changed so much throughout the game.
Do 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 do.
I made this up.
Yeah, we finally got it put in and timed mostly correct.
Man, remember that time you could fly like this and break the game?
Yeah.
Also, look at that Fresnel. It didn't do what I
For
wanted
Snell.
to do. For Snell.
You see, now I know how to use that properly, though.
Yet another unrealistic body expectation for men.
Yeah.
That was a knee slapper right there.
We were supposed to have long necks so we can reach the taller trees. Is that it?
Yeah, Rad gets a long neck so he can reach the fruit from the top of the tree so
Yeah.
he doesn't starve.
Yeah. He did.
Oh my god. So talk about the crane, Paul.
I made a crane.
Your magnum opus.
I made a crane.
Is this your magnum opus?
I prefer the lighthouse, honestly.
Oh, okay.
Because that one I actually like kind of concepted out and like tried to make it good.
This one you looked at.
This
a
one
concept
I
and you're like,
I didn't even
or
concept
you
it. I
looked
just,
at you looked at a picture and you're like, yeah, that.
I know cranes look like this. They have four legs and like a middle beam and then that, and that's all I knew. So I was like, I'm gonna wing it and see what happens. It turned out pretty good. You can't wall jump up there. I mean, you can try. You can't break those cups. He broke those cups.
Eat my shorts.
Oh no, my shorts.
I was really proud of that crane when I made that.
The hook? Yeah, the hook turned out pretty good.
Yeah, I made that and I had it like over there, and then we realized it didn't look good.
That's
at
not
all.
how that hook actually works.
So I made that hook instead, and then again we were like, it doesn't look right because the wires just go up to the top and then to nothing. So
Yeah.
we just doubled it up and put like another one on top. Reusing assets again. So,
Yeah, we do that.
Yeah, so you can tell what big assets I made because they all look bad. Like the boat and the cranes there.
At this point, I had learned a little more substance than you had.
Remember when the umbrellas were made out of flesh?
Yeah, that was funny.
What?
He just used the default, like, irritated flesh.
No,
shader.
it wasn't flesh. It was actually like bed sheets. Like that was the
Oh.
material name was
Okay.
bed sheets.
Because there is, like, a pre-made, like, skin shader.
No,
in
it was not the
Substance.
skin shader.
I was
It
gonna say
it
that
was
would be
bed
funny.
sheets.
Why didn't you make skin umbrellas?
Because I just threw the bed sheet one on there and I thought it would look good.
Yeah.
Oh, stop that.
You stop that.
Stop that.
It's Glover's. They're closed.
Yeah, just marquee.
Yeah, that turned out pretty good.
Yeah. That's not the way to do it, but it was a way that I did it.
I mean, that is a perfectly acceptable way to do it.
Those UVs are just set up in a way, like on the right side of the UV sheet. I'm like moving my hands to show it and like.
Yeah, no one can see.
Yeah. So
pretend
like
Grant's moving his hand up and down.
Yeah, the UVs for the light bulbs are on like the right side of the texture sheet, and then I just added on a like a yellow strip that just like moves.
Yeah.
Up, and it
No,
it just lights up the lights.
that is exactly how I would have done that. Like,
there is a way to do it, like to do marquees like that. I saw a tutorial on it. Yeah. Also, old Synergy logo.
yeah. No, it's Channel 4 News. There's only 4 channels though, and they're all news.
Oh, I want to talk about the background stuff, like stuff in the background. We've been going for a while though.
Yeah.
So we gotta like wrap this up soon. It's been 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
This is a big video.
I gotta pack up. I'm going camping soon.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get to the top of that bell tower.
So we can look.
Yeah. So a lot of the background stuff, I think I did.
Yeah, you just
Not all of
you
it.
just took a bunch of rocks and went crazy with it because it looked better than nothing.
Yeah.
And I agree, I like it.
I remember, I was gonna like climb up.
Yeah, do it the hard way.
No, I remember seeing like this concept art for like these really cool stone like things.
Like islands and spires
Yeah.
and all that.
So like these stone structures that are out in the distance are like really, really big. Not that one too much. Also, there are boats out there. I forgot.
Yeah.
But like that one is like unfathomably big, but it's just so far away.
Yeah.
That one's pretty big too, and it's got the waterfalls on it.
It just looks really cool.
Yeah, and then the mountains up there. But yeah, we were supposed to. It was supposed to feel like there were other levels in the world. So like you could see like Synergy City out there with the thunder, and then like the magnet smelter over there.
Which is probably not going to be a thing anymore, but you never know.
And then the Frosty Fortress and Shiver Swamp over there. But yeah, that was just like one of the goals that I had for Rad was to make it feel like a bigger world than it was by trying to be like, hey, maybe these are actually places you can go to, but not really, because it's just the one level.
Did you pay your taxes last year? I'm not sure. I wasn't there.
I don't know, did Rad pay his taxes?
Absolutely not.
Oh. That's sad.
Yeah. Brad lives outside of town. He doesn't get health care.
Yeah, you're right.
Because that's how it works.
It's getting hot. Oof.
It is getting hot in here. It's because that computer's actually a magnet smelter.
Yeah.
When it's high tide, his house qualifies as tide.
Dude,
Yeah, exactly.
there he is!
It's him! We were talking about you, Jason!
The guy who made the Glover sign. I love you.
He made the sign. He's such a cool dude.
Yeah. We're actually about to end.
We're almost done.
Yeah. What? Oh, hi.
Yeah, you designed the Glover's sign that's on the building.
Yeah.
At least I think you did.
Yeah, he did.
If you don't remember it, then yes, that's what happened. You need to wake up.
But yeah, the island looks so much better with like the actual dirt path.
Also,
there.
yeah, I figured out the culling on the foliage.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So now like
It's
it actually
stupid.
works.
Yeah.
If you go down.
It's
there.
really complicated the way that it works, but like stuff will actually start to fade in now. It's not as noticeable on the ground because there's foliage blocking the foliage.
He remembers, but he hasn't seen it in game yet. Well, we're gonna go see it real quick.
Yeah.
So should I play a little bit of New Rad, even though we have like nothing in it?
Sure.
I guess. Just as a
Give people a sneak peek.
Yeah, there's Glover's. There's your sign. It looks really nice. It just uses Rad's hand. So. Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw that.
Are we allowed to use that name?
Glover's? Yeah.
We're not selling this version, so it probably doesn't matter.
I want to make the sign again. This font is actually like Super Mario Bros. Font or something, I think.
So yeah, we probably definitely could not sell this one, but...
Emerald suit.
Oh, he likes it. Good.
Yeah,
I'll sue myself.
Less references to like your college experience.
Please and thank you.
There are so many freaking crates right here. Look at that.
Yeah. Because I needed to block it off. At this point, we were also... Backstory-wise, Vistabel was supposed to be like a shipping town, so they had a lot of crates of spice and they didn't know what to do with it, so they just kind of piled it up everywhere.
Yeah.
That was just our excuse for using crates to block things off.
That's what we do in Grand Rapids for beer.
Yeah. Beer's just everywhere, stacked along the roads.
So...
Beer City.
Those barrels that
Reptile
line the
Row.
highways during the summer, those are just full of beer.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it works.
Anyone else got any closing statements? I think it was...
This
pretty
was
good
fun.
for 8 months.
Yeah, it took us to E3. I'd
They're-
never want to go back.
I'm going back next year.
How
Are
would
you?
Wispy?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, take it all the way over there.
I hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can dream.
Kenton better remember who took him with us last time,
and
then he can invite Derek.
I always hear from or when we were at the LTU Expo, like Brett Penning from Bullkite, he kept saying like it's just unfathomable, like the amount of assets that you guys made in the time period.
Really?
Like,
It's a lot of the same one, just pasted
Yeah.
over and
Been to
over.
college?
Yeah.
well, I mean, like a good chunk of the time that I had working on this was in labs up at Ferris, and I had nothing better to
Making
do
stuff.
but make stuff.
Yeah, make things.
So like every day I would make like 5 to 10 different assets, which like a handful of them, like maybe more than half of them didn't even make it into the game in the first place. Didn't
Yeah.
even make it to texturing or even
No.
unwrapping.
We had a lot of extra stuff.
Yeah, there was like a lot.
You should go back to the beach just for the ending.
And then just go drown.
Yeah.
Did they all just disappear?
They all flew into the
They all
ground.
flew into the ground. Oh, but yeah, like I had a lot of fun working on this, even though it was like a really, really stressful time.
Well, you had other classes too. You
Yeah.
got the really short end of that.
That was a
I
good
can't-
nap.
I can't go to bed. I
Yeah,
gotta-
No.
the day has not progressed
gotta
at
have
all.
myself.
But it's
Just go swim under the ducks. There's 4 of them. That's not a reference or anything. I just wanted more of them there, so I put 4 of them there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't win it.
No
Yeah,
swimming.
Look at that fake text there.
It works.
Oh, I
It
thought
serves
it
its
was
purpose.
stuck
Look at that giant plastic shovel. That's half of Rad's size.
Yeah, you're right. It is.
it's shovel knight.
Yeah.
It's a reference.
Yeah, anyone else got
It's
anything
totally a
else?
reference.
Anyone else got anything to say?
I had fun with it. Let's do it again.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you guys can like check out our game studio's website at knickknackgames.com. It'll be in the description of the video. If you're watching the stream, it's below the stream.
Oh, that's right. We're recording this.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, I'm not gonna record the new Rad. I'll just stream that.
Okay.
So yeah, you can check that out. Check out our Twitter and stuff for updates. Things are coming along. We're gonna be at the the Detroit Maker Fair
Oh, that's right too.
in a couple weeks here. So that'll be fun. So yeah,
And that one will have a newer Rad thing there. Probably playable. That's a potato.
yeah.
And he's gonna
what's he
play
pulling
the.
something out of his butt. Okay.
Yes, the best one.
So yeah. Well, I guess we'll see
It's a
you
good way to
guys
end it.
later. Yeah. Thank you for watching.
And listening.
Yeah.